That's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about football. I'll meet a friend outside the ground. We'll argue over who's gonna win. He'll go for his team, I for mine. We'll watch him slug it out right to the end. And show me the crowd and I'll take my place. I'm hungry for the taste of it. Well, that's the thing about, that's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what football means to me. That's how I like my footy to be. And well, that's the thing about, that's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about I got a long road to walk down to catch a tram to my favorite ground. Use my legs, use my voice, make some noise, support the boys, and that's what football means to me. That's how I like my footy to be. And well, that's the thing about, that's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about football. I got my scarf, got my old coat. I got a footy game to go to. Footy's on, footy's here again. Back to greet me like an old friend. And well, that's the thing about, that's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about football. I'll meet a friend outside the ground. We'll argue over who's gonna win. He'll go for his team, I for mine. We'll watch him slug it out right till the end.
And great privilege of joined by Mount Barker senior coach Daniel Lackenby. Lackers, thanks for joining us.
Goldie, pleasure. Thank you.
3 wins for the season so far, just outside the top 5 with a big game coming up against the Rams. How do you see it so far?
Yeah, it's been an interesting season. It's been a testing season. We've obviously missed a few key players along the journey, but that's footy. So I think we've played 37 now, debuted 8 young fellas, which has been exciting. So through that comes opportunity, and some lads have shown us what they can do. So we've exposed some depth that we weren't sure we had, which has been a positive in itself.
Obviously, you talked about some of the losses of Geordie Houlihan and Damien Hines, but it's given you the ability to swing Daniel Bennett forward. I mean, ideally, you'd like 2 of him, and Big Nixon as well kicked 5 and 8 last week.
Last weekend, yeah.
Your thoughts on that?
Benno's a typical defender. He thinks he's a forward. They all think they're forwards, the big defenders, but he's been super for us. So just threw out a necessity. We had to try a few different things, and the boys learning a new forward structure during the summer and early in the season has helped, and so we've been able to shuffle a few blokes in there, and it's worked out well. Another one playing up forward, Geordie Aitchison's been awesome for us as well.
How exciting is it to see some of those names that we've heard about in the past, like the Murphys and the Tittermans, now coaching the next generation of those lads?
Yeah, it's brilliant, and obviously playing with dads, and that was all I knew, and the boys as little tackers, and seeing them make their A-grade debuts exciting. It's huge for the footy club to have those names progress. We've got a reunion next week, and hopefully we can have 3 or 4 of those lads playing, and the dads can see them out there and show them off to the boys, which will be exciting.
That's the 2003.
That's 03, yeah.
Can you tell us about you playing that yourself?
Played in that one.
Yep. So that'll be a premiership reunion against Onkaparinga Valley, yeah?
It will be, yeah. So that's at the summit after the Nairne game, which will be exciting. So lot planned for the day. So got a nice little messenger group going with all the ex-players. So it's been good fun actually. So looking forward to seeing all the lads. We've won the 2s as well, so lots of the boys will be there as well.
So how you found it coaching the Roos? Because you played here, as a coach.
Yeah, it's great to come home. Obviously not under circumstances you plan, but we're here now, and I'm excited to see what we can do. And we've got a lot of talented kids, and they need to play. So they're getting their opportunity. We're certainly not giving games away, but so far they've all proved that they're up to it.
What would you like to see in the next few games from you guys?
It just depends with the weather coming in, but we've sort of developed a way that we like to play, and we just haven't played that way long enough. So we've got evidence now that when we do play a certain way, that we're successful, whether that be wins or periods in games. But just play our way is what we're pretty excited to do, and we want to see more of that because we know that that'll be successful for us. So a few more weeks of that'll be nice, Goldie, just to embed that in.
You got Nairne this weekend.
Yes.
How are you feeling about that? Obviously, you coached them and now coming up against them.
Oh, I'm just rapt to see how the boys are going. It's time for them to win. It's time for them to make finals. The lads that have started back a while ago, so now they're progressing, and they're all key A-grade footballers now. So they've all played their 40, 50 games, and they're showing that it was all worth the investment. And it's great to see them doing well. A lot of friends at the club. Love my time there. It's a special place for me.
Fantastic, Lakers. And just finally, I noticed you're involved with the under-16s interleague side. How was that for you?
That was good fun.
1 point win?
Yeah, I was helping out Ollie Small had the coaching gig there, so he asked if I'd help out, and he's helped me out as a runner this year, so I couldn't say no to the lad, and it was good fun. Always good mixing with different kids, and it was nice at 1 point. It wasn't much of a day for footy, especially for the big forwards, but we got the sausages, so it was good.
Good stuff. All right. Well, thanks for joining us. All the best for the rest of the season.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Goldie. Cheers, mate.
All right. Got the great privilege here, joined by Dale Eichner, coach of Nairne-Bremer United. Dale, thanks for joining us.
Pleasure, Ben.
Second position on the ladder, lost 2 matches, Mount Lofty and Harnville. How have you seen it from your end so far for the Warriors?
Hey, look, if you said at the start of the year we'd be sitting second with those results, I'd be really pleased. I sort of took the job on because I thought this young group had a lot of development in them, and we were lucky enough to pick up a few players with that.
Good afternoon everyone and welcome to Filming Footy's global stream coverage of the 2023 Hills Football League Division 1 season through the call of the Wild team, and we're back on deck after the representative break last week with the matches interestingly at the same place where we are today, here at the Summit Sports Park, home of the Gather Round. So important game coming up as Nairne-Bremer United facing the hosting Mount Barker Football Club. Apologies for our slow start. We've had a few technical difficulties with the inclement weather, which you can probably pick out on the screen, but everything's up and running at the moment in preparation for this round 9 contest, Hills Football League Division 1. Jeff Pistola with you, and also Benny Goldfinch bringing the action this afternoon, the vibe of Hills Footy, and what effectively is also supporting Tackle Your Feelings round, which is assisting mental health education. And of course both clubs are into the theme. They'll be wearing different colour socks. Nairne a sort of pinky red, and the Buckaroos a lighter blue than their normal. So the umpires are just making their way out on the ground. The two sides have been out a little bit early, no doubt trying to get warm in these conditions. Come in a little bit wintry after 10 degrees or so at the summit, I'm told. So certainly they'll be, as I said, out early, trying to warm themselves up in anticipation of a good game here this afternoon. So effectively it's 2nd versus 6 on the ladder, and of course valuable match sponsors, and Mount Barker wishing to thank their sponsors. Their major sponsor is Hanson, and of course their game day supporter of McDonald's, and of course ongoing sponsorship of Henley Homes and Mount Barker Crane Hire. And the Nairne-Bremer Rams would like to acknowledge their sponsors in Closey Supermarket, Salute Cube Logistics and Howard Lane Vineyard. And of course, call to Wild Stream Media supporters, Filming Footy, Sports Interactive, Dartfish. HFL sponsors, of course, are Police Credit Union, Closey Supermarkets, West End, Sports Power, Sharon the Courier newspaper, Rossdale Homes, and Think Road Safety and Sports Centre. So once again, we acknowledge their generous support of football here in the Adelaide Hills. So as I said, wintry conditions here. The previous game, reserves game, saw a very good win to the Nairne-Bremer Rams, so they'll come into the senior game with a bit of confidence. I think the 200th game for Tyron Colmer also in the reserves game, so well done to him on a good and loyal service to the Nairne-Bremer Rams. So as we said, conditions here a little bit different to what we saw last week at the Interleague game, where River Murray of course took on the Hills Football League. Lights are on here at the summit, so that just gives you an idea of the conditions here at some 2:30 in the afternoon here in the Adelaide Hills. So in charge of this game here this afternoon, Nicholas Matthew and Bruce Dawes, the field umpires. Boundary will be Lucy Carroll, Jesse Filmer, Thomas Carroll, and of course the ever reliable Robin Pud Cropton and Neville Speedy Clark will be handling the goal umpiring duties. And also throughout the afternoon, of course, we welcome listeners on Lofty 88.9 FM, and trust you enjoy once again the coverage of Hills football as we resume after the interleague break. So at the moment the team's just going through their final preparations. Rain continuing to drizzle down here, as you can probably see in the background. The cars, it'll be a good day to be in the car. I don't think the grassy mounds will be packed here this afternoon, that's for sure. Headlights are on. Hopefully there's no flat batteries at the end of the game. As we said, Nairne, certainly the big improvers of the season, that's for sure, as they're currently in 2nd place with only 2 losses from their 8 outings. And the Roos with 3 wins for the year, and just probably done a lot better than what a lot of people might have thought. They had a bit of a interrupted pre-season, change of coach and a few bad injuries. In fact, one of their key forwards is back in today after being injured in round 1. Of course, that's Damien Hines, as said, returning after a bit of a knee injury he sustained. So be interested to see if Big Hines will straighten up their forward area. Of course, Jordan Houlihan out for the season with a shoulder surgery. So as we said, the Roos have really done it a bit tough this season, but certainly have shown a pretty strong competitiveness under their coach Daniel Lackenby, who said came in at the last moment. So Players starting to move into position here. Well, a number of players when you look at it, and officials: Mark Pake, Neil Hine, Simon Williams, Luke Murphy, Jimmy Preusker, Simon Kruger, Daniel Lackenby and Dale Eichner, the two current coaches of the respective teams, and Albie Glewis have also been involved with both clubs. So there's a real local derby feel about this game here this afternoon, as it looks like Nairne will be kicking to the left of screen, or left of your dial, towards the Summit end, entrance end, here at Summit Sports Park. So all in readiness. As I said, it'll be a tough conditions against two quality sides. So yeah, be interested to see in what part the breeze plays. Nairne kicking towards the wind-favoured end. So siren goes. Umpire Bruce Dawes holds the ball aloft. So we're underway, as I said, round 9 Division 1 action. So it'll be Big Brock Knott against Ross Brooks. Ball comes down there. First clearance. So the agency of Nairne goes forward. There's a chance for Grouch, opposed to Wimpress. Gets support there. Coming in, sliding in there was Mason Baxter. Tossed out there by Wimpress. Nairne go forward. I think that was Llewellyn. Up towards Hurrigan territory. Here's the big man right in action already. Applies a tackle there. Ball already appearing a bit slippery to handle. Comes out here. Hurrigan with the ball, taking the ground level. Edge of the square. Going back in there for the Rams was Dodd. Finally, umpire comes in, umpire Nicholas Matthew, and we'll elect the ball up. So you can see the rain belting down on our screen. So Ruckjewel, Sheets Betting gets the ball down. They're trying to break his way free, but meanwhile, looks like a legging free has been paid, and it's going to go to, well, the Froth King. Sorry, Tommy Betting, Big Sheets Betting, Locke's favourite son. So Betting with the opportunity here. 5 goals for the season so far for Big Tommy in the sleeves this afternoon. So sets on way, drop punt, low raking, but he's pulled it to the left, to the right. So first score of the game is a minor one to Nairne. So the Barkaroos will bring the ball back into play. As I said, both sides wearing socks in appreciation of supporting Tackle Your Feelings round. So ball comes out scoreboard side, shining in the glow light here. Ball out towards the wing area, leading in the race the ball there for the Roos, but the ball out over the boundary. And I think that was Riley Lucas. So it looks like the young academy girl will pitch the ball in, already looking a bit drenched already, and we've only played just under 2 minutes, so it gives you the nature of the conditions here at the moment. So Ross Brooks, number 19, against Big Brock Knott, the skipper. Knott takes the ball at the air, deflected the ground level, tapped out there by Samuel Callens. There's a chance for the Roos to go forward. Grab there in the wing area, they go inside 50 for the first time this afternoon. Bit of push and shove. Ramping up there, the defence, a bit of a miss kick there, but in the meantime, swept up here by the Prince. And Nick Yench on the left foot puts up the sword towards Wimpress. So Wimpress right in the centre of the Summit ground. Wheels onto his left, puts it forward. Here's a chance for Archer Connolly against Baxter. Umpire was right on the spot, and notice a little bit of holding there. I've got Archer Connolly. He was a real star last week wearing the number 10 Guernsey. As Benny Goldfinch joins us. Good afternoon, Benny.
Pistols, great to be here. As we can see, a little bit wet out there, just to say the least. And I mean, James, the cameraman, is got his work cut out today, just to our left. And we've got a few snaps that we'll get up shortly to show you James's work. But that's a minor score, as you said, Pistols. Just some stats coming in here from Jaden. The average margin between the two sides is 25.85, so round that up to 26. With the average margin at Mount Barker being 26 points and at the Summit 34 points. So I'll continue on those throughout the day as the Roos look to clear the ball here.
So Field with the kick in, goes out towards the eastern side, bouncing ball there on the turf. Roos trying to take it forward, good tackle applied out there. Looked like it's the agency of Dalen Howe. So umpire Dawes will come in and board up. As Benny Goldfinch said, you can see the conditions are really miserable out there for this local derby clash. Ruckjewel, ball comes down. This is a chance for Samuel Callens. The medalist puts the ball forward. Waiting for it there, I think, was Lockie May. Probably could have backed himself. Here's Big Hines back in the line-up after the first round with a knee injury. Gets the ball out here. Here's a chance going inside 50. Sleeping at the back will be Lockie Cross. Of course, picked in the zone squad after a good performance last season. So ball at ground level. comes out here around the corner. So you see the Squidetsky, or like the wet weather, the squid. Ball comes about here, grabbed for the Nairne-Bremer and goes forward.
Yep, that's Willis. He goes towards half forward. Jamie Drew's around the area. Darcy just peeling off, but looks like the Roos will have the kick here from Chris Howard. Oh, bit of a fumble. We'll see a lot of that today. That was Ethan Field. He goes back under pressure. And the umpire says a free kick here for the Roos, half back line, coming back for Chris Howard. Goes out towards the wing. Worthley moves the ball along the wing. Lights are on here at the summit. Kicks it towards the half forward line. Strong tackle. Half forward line there for the Roos. And we've gone 5 minutes. Nairne-Bremer United 2 points. Barkeroos yet to score.
So Ruckjewel not over the back. Gathered there for the Rams. Toe poke forward. There's a chance for Wimprasol. Went without it. Callens arrived as well. Oh, strong body work there. Finally woven their way through. Ball comes back here to Swadetsky. Gets on teammate. This is Wimpras who'll go long on that left. Down towards the Froth King. Using his body. Ball comes to ground. Also lurking there is Drew. And umpire has picked up a, well, he pointed the wrong way initially there, a legging.
Yep.
So once again, it's Connolly who quickly moving on to the lead of Hourigan. Lost sight of the ball there, but the umpire calling, was he infringed? Yes, he was, and perhaps his approach to the ball, big Das. Interesting as we come into this game, Benny, the big three forwards for the Nairne-Bremer side have kicked 94 goals between them. Of course, Darcy Hourigan with 45, Archer Connolly 24, and Jamie Drew with 25.
After this kick, we'll just show you the image of James, who's currently filming in the elements. So Darcy will be kicking from about 35 metres out, directly in front, towards the summit end. And he's hit the post, so that's a minor score. Rams go to 3 points. Barkeroos yet to score. And we'll just have a look. Here's James at the moment, just filming in the elements.
Great work. Looks like one of those old-fashioned 1900s cameramen with the flash bulb in his hand. But that's the dedication that we have here in the filming footy crew, Benny.
Yeah, so the Rams, once again, another chance to kick the ball forward through Lockie May. See how this Rams forward line function here. Ball holds up in the breeze. Connolly will fly. Good defensive spoil. I think that was Chris Howard. A few players wearing the long sleeves today. Here's May once again. He'll drive the ball forward for the Rams. Jamie Drew. But once again, Howard taking a good mark, I reckon. Yep, umpire sees it that way, just near the light tower.
So Howard spent a bit of time in the reserves down at Sturt. So officials, players, cameramen, they all deserve credits today getting out in this weather, that's for sure. As you can see, it's just belting down here. Mind you, it's nice and dry here in our commentary spot, so we're okay, James, if you're wondering. So Lockie May, once again, with the kick, drives along in front of the scoreboard flank. Pack sets himself. Oh, good grab there, taken by the whiz, Tommy Worthley. Of course, Hills League rep last week. Plays on quickly. Trying to move the ball quick on the daylight today. Ball goes to ground. Scrambly pack develops close to the boundary line. I suggest Academy boys right on the money and will ball it in. So we've played just over 7.5 minute marks. 3 behinds the Rams. Barkeroos yet to score.
Of course, Nairn won the first game at the Summit by 9 points when these two sides locked horns. So can get it done here. They're favourites today, but the Barkeroos in these conditions with Big Hines back in the lineup could be a threat. Free kick here for Hines. Half forward line. Got injured in round 1 against Onkaparinga Valley. So a bit of a congested forward line. Goes in that direction. 1-2. Almost a mark there to Bennett's. And a lot of players around the contest here. Umpire looking this way, that way. And eventually it's held up. Umpires today, Nicholas Matthew, Bruce Dawes. Boundary, Lucy Carroll, Jesse Filmer, Thomas Carroll doing the boundary. Robin Crompton and Neville Clark doing the goals. Out towards the boundary line. Head over the football there was Damon Arnold. Ball flips out though. Callens around the area. And eventually it's gone out of bounds. Will be a boundary throw just near the left point post. Barkeroos yet to score. The Rams 3 points. 9 minutes gone.
So Academy girl Lucy Carroll will pitch the ball back in. Looks like it's going to be Daniel Bennett doing the ruck work for Roos. He got up high, got the ball down. not trying to bust his way through. Comes back here to Bennett. He gets toe park forward. Gathered there, flicks out the handball to space, around the corner, shot for the Roos.
It's Murphy, is it?
Might have been Murphy there, that's cool. But first score on the board, a minor one, so
Nice
one
handball
behind
from
the
Geordie
three.
Aitchison.
So no crowd behind the bowls today. You've got to go and retrieve your own ball. I think this is going to be Smith, former South Gawler boy.
Yep,
So
brings the ball in for the Rams out towards the outer side. Almost a mark there to Worthley. Goes in, ducks ahead. Archer Connolly slings him to the ground. Umpire says they'll have it though. Billy Stokes saying, what about the free kick? So it'll be a stoppage situation out of side. Roscoe Brooks doing the ruck work against Big Brock Knott, Rams captain. Swiderski get a tackler there. Ball's fumbling around. Swiderski goes in again. Handball. Samuel Callens, the tackler, has given away a free kick here to the Rams.
So the Rams out wide. I think that was Josh Dodd. Gets it across, finds a teammate out wide. So the Rams. Possession football will be the name of the game today. As it's shown there, as they just chip it up the line to Kurt Waterman, who's run on, taking the mark. So Kurt Waterman, the vice captain. Wastes no time, gets it further afield towards Big Brock Knott. Ball comes to ground level. Archer Connolly getting involved. Knott just having a bit of push off the ball to Whiz and Worthley. Laying down the law is Constable Knott. Goes back into the action. Here's Ross Brooks, the veteran. Probably approaching up to 300 games, I'd suggest, for the Roos, the veteran Ross Brooks. Past captain. So once again, the Dawes puts it up. So Knott and Brooks contesting it. Ball comes down over the back of the pack, leaving it behind. You'll probably see a lot of that today, going to ground level, I think, with Sammy Callens. So we'll have another ball up. So, in fact, it was Worthley. My apologies.
Stoppage situation. Wearing a hat today. Bruce Dawes, it looks like. Worthley snaps the ball around the corner towards the half-forward line. Barkaroo's getting a little bit of forward momentum here. May, Hines, snaps the ball inside 50 for the Barkaroos. Good pick up by Geordie Aitchison. Finds Jamie Grouch. Can he use this left boot? Outside 50. And it's gone through for a minor score. So good little period here for the Barkaroos. Consecutive points. 12 minutes gone. Rams will bring it in. As I said, they're kicking towards the summit end in this quarter. Get the sponsors up shortly as well for both sides.
How, I think it is, Betty.
Yep, kicks the ball out towards the half-back flank. Good defensive or forward line pressure here by Lockie Murphy into the forward pocket. Good forward line pressure here from the Barkaroos. Bennett's involved, but eventually the Rams should clear for the time being, but it'll look like it'll come back in through Ethan Field.
So Ethan Field with the ball. Connolly with that attempted clearance. Usually see him down the other in the ground, but bolstering the defence. Ball goes in high. Pack comes off hands there, trying to crash his way over the top was Bennett's. Pack forms. Caught in underneath there. Umpire letting the ball flow, but on this occasion you have to come in and ball it up. On this occasion, umpire Dawes. So we're about 30 to 40 metres out from Barkaroo's goals. They kick towards the rider screen. The golf course end of the summit. Ball comes out here. Clearing kick by Powell. There's a space out here if it will sit nicely, which it does for the Roos there and Oddie. Oddie gets a handball intercepted though by Hurligan. Puts a big barrier to barrel. Will it be straight? No, but just shows the length and the kicking that he possesses, but out over the boundary line there.
Yeah, we'll just have a look at the sponsors today for Mount Barker.
Of course, celebrations, McDonald's, Mount Barker, Hanson, of course, their major sponsor, Mount Barker Crane Hire, Henley Homes and Terry White, Chemmart, and also Adelaide Hills Real Estate. Thank you very much for your support.
And NAN sponsors we'll get to shortly here. Driving Rain here, of course, Closey Supermarket, Gage Roads, Bruco, Cuba Logistics and Salute. As the ball is moved out towards the outer side, taken here by Daniel Bennett. Moved forward this year, kicked 8 goals, I think, in his last outing against the Iron Raiders at this ground. Nick Jentz tries to bulldoze his way through, out towards the wing. Fierce tackle there by Arnold. Eventually the ball pops out. Handball over the top. Here's a chance for the Rams to run and carry the ball. Good flick on pass. Here's Arnold, looking for some support. Good work from the Barkaroos. And eventually it's going to be held up out of side. 3 points to 2. Nan leading at the 14-minute mark.
So congested footy already, as you expect. As I said, it's been raining probably constantly since mid-morning. Big Sheep's betting Druckengate's backs. The ball comes down. Here's Callens, the metal side, cleverly breaks clear. Puts it forward. Ball comes to ground level, grabbed there. I think this was Alex Houlihan, puts it forward. Good attack on the ball by Smith, kept it in front of him, intercepted by Mount Barker, kicked towards the top of the square, bouncing ball through for yet another minor score. So after that early forward surge without kicking a goal by Nairne, it's been countered by the Roos. So it's 3 behinds apiece here, coming up to 15 minutes gone first term on Caldwell. Trust you're enjoying our worldwide stream.
Yep, Nick Yench brings the ball in for the Rams out towards the outer side. Big pack forms over there. Now in the centre area, Swiderski slides in. Eventually the ball pops out. But it's a throw or holding the ball. So free kick here for the Barkaroos. Ethan Field with the ball. Good momentum for the Barkaroos over the last period of time. Big Bennett presents nicely. Geordie Aitchison off hand, snaps around the corner. And it's gone out of bounds, left forward pocket. That'll be a kick here.
So Smits is going to go up into the Kennedy grassy knoll. Good crowd in the house here, as we said earlier, probably all camped in their cars or else under the grandstand here. Although a few of the seats are a bit vacant, I think the wind might blow the weather in. But still a good crowd here for, as we said, these two traditional rivals doing battle. Smith slips over in the end, manages to get a kick away. Pack sets themselves off hands there and out of bounds, right half forward flank area.
So boundary throw in. We'll just get that photo up again of James, just letting you know what he's experienced over the last few minutes in this match. So boundary throw in, ball hits the deck, flick over hand pass. Involved in that build up, Barkaroos, was Ben Murphy. Meantime, let's see what James is experiencing out there. As you can see, doing a great
That's
job.
dedication, Benny.
Sensational.
The heart goes out to you, James. We're thinking of you, mate.
So the Rams looking to move the ball forward towards their trio. Jamie Drew's over the outer side.
3 points apiece, but ours is only 2.
We're in the timekeeper's box here. Good entertainment, and it's gone out of bounds. 3 points apiece, isn't it? 3 points apiece.
Three a point. Yep.
Yep.
And of course, we haven't formally introduced our erstwhile producer. Of course, the conditions here might suit him. Perhaps another 10 less degrees. Our man Solis, of course, from Kathmandu, so certainly feeling at home here this afternoon. Of course, not far from the summit, where it's probably snowing at the moment, but 3 points apiece. So Mount Barks, you see the light blue socks as honouring the supplying tackle your feelings round. Ball comes up here. Oh, good tackle applied there by Heath McDougall.
Good work from the Boundary Academy boy there.
And of course, Nairne wearing the bright red socks as opposed to the normal maroon and white stripes. So batting, doing the ruck work, wins it down. Caruso lurking there, lies a tackle there. Finally comes out. Here's a chance for the Rams to go forward there through the agency of Willis. What you're talking about, Willis, is he picks out a team opposition player, and Chris Howard, I think it is, Benny.
Yep, Howard with the ball. He's got a few touches early. Playing well in the defensive line for the Barkaroos. Kicks it towards the half-forward line. Big pack forms. Ball hits the deck. Congested situation. Swiderski around the action. Rolling scrum, sliding in there. I think that was Jamie Grouch. So it's going to be held up. No Grouch there. So umpire Dawes throws it up. Be Betting versus Brooks in ruck. Callens around the area. Eventually held up. 3 points apiece still.
So ball up. One down there by Betting. Taking there, wrapped up in the tackle, getting the handball clear. Mount Barker put it forward. Oh, cleverly tapped there. Comes out here to G-Banger Grouch. Hacks the ball forward. Coming to meet it with Smits, I think. He goes wide. Plenty of space out here, so the foot race is on. Looks like the runner might get involved here. Waterman closes, so does G-Banger. So ball coughed up again. Oh, good spotty work by Grouch. Taken by May, close to the boundary line. Gives it back there to a teammate in Llewellyn. Goes backwards. Chain of handballs. Finally clearing kick by Skwadetsky, I think it was. Up high, here's a chance for the Billy Idle boy in Drew. Oh, well done. Second effort as he locks the ball up at ground level.
Nice work there by Jackson Field.
Absolutely. I thought, yeah, the runner was going to get a possession there.
So good start from the Barkaroos. As the ball now in between both interchange benches. Coach Daniel Lackenbaum Lackenby down there, previously coaching the Rams, now at the Barkaroos. Half forward line, Geordie Aitchison looking for some support. Or how's about that hand pass?
Murphy.
Over the top there, the Murphy has a shot. And how's the bounce? Oh, just took a little bit of a left turn there into the goal post as the Rams immediately look to clear here from Smith. Good pick up by Arnold. Keen to run it here is Yench. He drives the ball into the middle of the ground. Good, almost a mark there by Willis. We've got to wrap those up, even though it's tough conditions at the moment. Good pressure here from Geordie Aitchison. Ball spills out. Chance for the Barkaroos at centre half forward. Rams defence under enormous pressure. That's Lockie Cross trying to clear the ball. And eventually held up again. So a good period once again for the Barkaroos.
I tell you, after that sort of opening 5 or 6 minutes, the Roos have had their fair share, majority of the ball up their end as it is now. His Knott gets the ball down, diving at ground level there. Man player, good pressure applied there. Getting also involved is Knott, the big fella. Wrapping up Callens there, so once again umpire doors will
Good
come
conditions
in
at the moment, overcast, but we're right.
So we
No
must
rain.
say yes, it has actually abated a little bit the drizzle or the rain, which is a good sign. Comes out of back here, it's a chance
Billy Stokes.
for Billy Stokes, the skipper. Held up here, so you can actually see the goal post just to the right of the screen. So not far out for the Roos. If they get lucky here, Bennett's swooping here. Held perhaps throughout possession there
Yep,
was
free
Riley Lucas.
Can we have a look at that?
Good
replay?
call from the commentary box. So Riley Lucas have the opportunity to raise the first goal of the game as we're coming up to 21 minutes in the first term here, filming footy coverage of the call, the Wild Adelaide Hills Football League Division 1 action. So Riley Lucas, as I said, the chance here. Kick from about 30 metres out. Well, it cleared the line, waiting for the decision of the umpire, Neville Clark.
Oh, every
It's a
goal in
goal.
these conditions is important. That's the first. Good start from the Barkaroos.
So just on 21 minutes, the first goal of the game is raised. So good enough to give Mount Barker a lead 1-4 behinds for the Nairne-Bremer Rams. Bearing in mind the Rams probably kicking towards the left of screen or the left of the dial on lofty 88.9. Perhaps favoured a bit by the breeze here. The Wistow Doctor from the golf course end.
So back in the middle, big Brock Knott versus Brooks in ruck. Handball out there for the Rams. Socket forward Willis. Rams go forward once again into the forward pocket area. Tracking back, Mason Baxter. Snap round the corner though, and here's a chance for the Rams through Jamie Drew. So Drew with an opportunity from 45-degree angle, about 40 metres out from goal. He's kicked 25 goals for the season. Of course, coming across from Bridgewater this season after a knee reconstruction. So Drew, opportunity to reply here for the Rams. Kicks it into the pocket. How's Big Das going to go here? Good defensive foil there by the Barkaroos. Snap round the corner. Murphy attacks the ball. Handball out though. Yench has a flying shot at goal. Finds the line and it's a goal.
The Prince,
And they get right around him.
majestically by the Prince there, Benny on the
Great
left.
goal. Just near our man James, the cameraman.
So Nick Yent's not much to work on here. As the ball come out there, fed out to him. 1 step, 2 step, bang. Used to win magnificently. Probably a bit lucky Baxter didn't get his hand to it. So a good counter, quick counter by the Rams here against the opening goal. So 1-3 plays, 1-4 I believe.
Quarter time Pistols got a interview with Dale Eichner, which we'll go to as well. So we've got a few interviews today. Of course, half time. The president of Mount Barker will join us as well. Billy Stokes, meantime, for the Barkaroos in the middle of the ground, kicks the ball towards the half forward line. Ticking towards the 24-minute mark. Can't be much longer left. It's been a low-scoring term. Lockie Cross tries to clear the ball. Ball pops out. Here's a chance for the Roos to go forward through Marshall Howe into the pocket. Big Hines tracking it.
So under pressure there from Smith. Hines, good to see him back in the lineup as we last saw him in their opening round night encounter. and he did a knee, but good to see the big man back for the run in the second half of the season. So Nairne to bring the ball back in. Pack flies, but good mark taken there by Jamie Taylor, the former Old Ignatians boy. Deep in defence for the Rams. He'll kick it along the scoreboard side. Ball sets up there, flying. Good mark taken out there by Benny Powell. Powell breaks through the centre. Long kick here, losing the wind. Connors is the target. Good defensive work by Baxter. Grouch getting involved. Heavy body work by the G-Banger, the veteran. Gets support there by the Opera Man and Caruso. Caruso gets out. Drew getting involved as well, right in the centre of Summit Sports Park. The whistle is gone. And looks like it'll be a free kick to the Rams through the agency of Llewellyn.
He finds Damon Arnold. Played interleague at the ground last week. Kick inside 50. Roos defence. Samuel Callens almost takes the mark. In a good position though to cut off the forward movement. And the ball inside 50 here for the Rams as we head towards quarter time. Can't be much time left. I'm predicting a minute left.
So quick kick away there. Nostradamus, Benny Goldfinch. Ball goes forward. Driven back there by Trey Willis, the young man, playing his third A-grade game for the Rams. Ball comes to ground. There's a chance for Callum. Sammy Callums gets it out to the whiz, Worthley.
Yeah, he kicks it out towards the wing. Good attack on the ball here from Murphy. Roos looking to move the ball forward there through field. Socket towards the half-forward line. Can't be much longer left now. Good slap on. I think that was Big Hines now into the pocket. Lockie May tracking back. And free kick.
Might have been too high. Daniel Bennett's just asking the question, indicating he ducked the chutney, but umpire having nothing in that. So Lockie May, what a consistent defender he's been so far this season. So Lockie May.
See what the siren does. Pistol.
Long kick, yes. How many times can it go off? We might do a viewer's quiz this afternoon. How many times does the siren go off here?
That's just once.
I think it's imminent.
It's
There it is.
Yep.
So the end of
MC's
it.
about to let rip.
End of an entertaining quarter, Benny. 1-4 Mount Barker leading Nairne-Bremer 1-3, so 1 point margin at quarter time.
Yep, we'll go straight now to an interview with Dale Eichner, the Nairne-Bremer United coach. So scores are level. Oh, in fact, the Roos in the scoreboard 1 point up. So got to chat now with Dale Eichner. Great clearance here, joined by Dale Eichner, coach of Nairne-Bremer United. Dale, thanks for joining us.
Pleasure, Bet.
Second position on the ladder, lost 2 matches, Mount Lofty and Harndorf. How have you seen it from your end so far for the Rams?
Hey, look, if you said at the start of the year we'd be sitting second with those results, I'd be really pleased. I sort of took the job on because I thought this young group had a lot of development in them, and we were lucky enough to pick up a few players with that. And, you know, they've started to believe in what they're doing, and there's a long way to go, but I think they're actually enjoying their footy and starting to believe in what the game plan and how we want to be seen as a football club, so it's very positive.
Round 1, you lost to Harndorf, and then you played Broadview in the trial match. How important was that hit out against Broadview after the loss to Harndorf?
It was massive, man. Everyone thought we were mad. They really questioned, you know, playing a Div 1 side as a trial, but having that one game coming off the Imperials game, which was a big win there, probably got ahead of themselves, played Harndorf back to reality, but the Broadview game against quality opposition, I think actually taught them a lot about self-belief and actually believing in what we were doing, and had a big bearing on going forward. So it was a I suppose the silver lining, it was actually a really good result as a trial. So
You got statistically the best attack in the competition. On face value, you've got Jamie Drew obviously with Darcy and Archer Connolly, but what do you see as the reason behind those guys absolutely dominating at the moment? Is it up the field and the work being
up the
done?
field, the guys have bought into, you know, they're bought into sharing the footy, and each playing a role. And I think the best part about all this is you sort of want team structures to work for you. You don't want personnel to dominate, you actually want your team structures to dominate. And if your personnel, and it's been a lone hand with Darcy over the last few years trying to kick goals, etc. And, you know, we set a goal at the start of the year that we'd try and reach 15 goals a winning game, and we didn't want to have any more than 10 scored against us. So it's turned out that those three guys are getting a lot of ball, but they are also, we are having 3 or 4 other goal kickers as well. We can't just rely on personnel, it's on how we do it. So, and they're doing it very well at the moment. And they're learning, they're only young kids. Drewy and Archer, 21? So they're only young guys learning it, and they're really enjoying their football, so, which is good.
The win against Lobethal, would you rate that highly early in the season?
Yeah, I thought...
Which games for you are the...
Look, Onkers were second,
Yep.
and we came off the loss to Lofty, I think it was,
Yeah.
and went to Onkers and thought that whole week changed how the kids and stuff were thinking. Basically, they knew on the Sunday after Lofty they were pretty critical of their own game and going away from the things that we believed in. So that Onkers game was really important to get back on and play a really solid game of footy and get back to what we wanted to do. There's no secret. I mean, they have trained really well. I think it's about 14 trainings in a row now where we haven't had a dud, so it's been fantastic.
What makes a good training in your eyes?
Just intensity, doing everything in game-based, speed, basically simulating match conditions and training as you would play in a game. And I'm not a big fan of cones and stuff, so really them embracing it, and the harder they work, the shorter the training. So they've really enjoyed it, actually. Even last night, it was a freezing cold night, pouring with rain after a long weekend, and I was stressing as a coach, you know, how many are going to turn up, but shit, we had really good numbers, Ben, so it was good.
Fantastic. Standard of the competition first.
Welcome back here live to the Summit Sports Park in Mount Barker, Division 1, Round 9 action, Hills Football League, and it's the Barkaroo 1-4 leading Nairne-Bremer 1-3 one-point ball game as we're about to get underway in the second term. Nairne-Bremer kicking towards the right of your screen or right of your dial on Lofty 88.9 FM. First clearance here out there through the agency of Dale and Howe. Rams trying to push forward, Field getting involved, also Callens, his G-banger, Grouch gets the ball out, intercepted by Nan, comes across to Benny Powell, you know he'll do something useful, even this underground Mungle kick forward, looming out there, going to ground was Big Sheets betting, Rouge defence working well here, flick the ball clear, finally find a bit of space, nurses up the line, good fly there, couldn't complete the mark there, so the agency of Lucas, goal kicker early, holding the ball decision, the crowd want it there on young Trey Willis as the ball's held up there. Jeff Basola, Ben Goldfinch with you with the Call to Wild team, and also welcome into the commentary box for special comments this quarter is Ryan Nelson, of course Birdwood A-grade coach and coached this time last week here for the Country Division rep side, and also SNFL ambassador for supporting Tackle Your Feelings round. Ryan, welcome.
Thanks, Pistols. Yeah, works out well. Have a bye and get out to see some good footy. So it's been a good clash so far, hasn't it?
And you know when to pick the best days to come to the Summit weather-wise, Ryan.
Mate, I've been here 3 times in my life, and it's rained. Been here 3 times in my life, and it's rained every time I've been here. So must just be me, I think, mate. I don't think it's the oval. I think it's me.
So Nick Yench, handball is knocked out of bounds there by Riley Lucas.
Now, Benny, obviously our man Jaden J not here today, but a few other stats.
Pistols, I'll get to that.
As you said,
Yeah.
25 points, I think you said was average margin.
That's right. So boundary throw in, half forward line for the Roos. Just 1 goal apiece in that first term. It's highly entertaining. Benny Powell around the action. Tries to handball, a bit of a look away work there by Llewellyn. Eventually got onto it. Kick it out toward the outer side. Trying to pick it up there is Wimpress versus Jamie Grouch. and eventually it's gone out of bounds.
I can tell you since Nairne got promoted in 2019, they have met 7 times. It's 5-2 in favour of the Roos, Benny, but it's been 1 apiece the last 2 seasons. So
That's right. And the Rams have won here. Crashing in there, it's Worthley for the Roos. Anything you picked up so far, Ryan? With the map?
I suppose, the loss of Dodd for Nan's probably going to hurt. I mean, that shoulder looked horrible when he came off, the poor fella. Both sides have sort of defended quite well. And it's probably, who can find that avenue to goal first is probably going to get a bit of a lead. Once you get a bit of a lead in these sort of conditions, you can defend well. The oval looks in magnificent condition. I mean, it's an absolute treat to play country footy on this sort of a deck. But so far, I think Mount Barker would think that they've defended really well. They've been able to hold the Nairne-Bremer power forwards, and they're certainly looking to stay that way.
So Darcy Hourigan, one of the power forwards that Ryan Nelson talked about from 45 metres, goes right to the line, and it's gone off hands. So minor score there. Scores are even, 1-4 apiece.
as we go around the ground for filming footy, Sports Interactive and Dartfish, quarter time, Chunga 1 straight lead Mount Lofty, 5 behinds over there at Goat Park, which would be very lovely on a day like today.
She might be a bit damp there.
So meanwhile, back here at the clear surrounds of the summit, Skwadetsky gets the ball there to Llewellyn, little wedge kick forward, and Wimpress takes the mark there. Didn't achieve much difference, but this time longer kick towards the top of the square. Betting's the target up there. Got his hands so it was Hourigan. Ball comes to ground. And then Bremer desperately trying to get it. Equally desperate is the defence of the Roos. Hourigan involved this time. And finally you can see the goal square just to the right of screen. So umpire Dawes will come in and ball up.
Dangerous position here for the Barker Roos defence. Played well so far. Here's an opportunity for last year's male medalist. I think that's Callens around the ball. He's got the wet hair. Couldn't quite pick him up, but yep, Callens.
He's got a few mates out there today, Benny, with the wet hair.
That's right. So betting. Here's Stokes. Ball pops out. Drew's around the area. Coming in with Sheets betting. Handballs it out. Good tackle there by Worthley out towards the boundary line. So both sides locked away at 1-4 apiece.
So, Ryan, just quickly in between supporting tackle your feelings round, just if you can run through what's the next minute or so as we get the ruck throw in. Taken by Betting, grabbed it out the ruck and just slammed on the left boot. It's going to float through for a minor score.
Yeah, tackle your feelings. It's a mental health program. So it's funded by the AFL. At the SANFL, we run it at community clubs, and really it's around giving people some support around understanding mental health. So what we've done today is Nana wearing some pink socks and Mount Barker wearing some blue socks. And that's to highlight that the program Tackle Your Feelings. But it's a 90-minute workshop in community clubs where we bring in a psychologist. And it really, the aim of the program is to help people understand mental health, break down the stigma, and then be in a better position to support your mate.
Do the regional country leagues, Ryan, do they have a specifically designated round, or it's left to the clubs individually to decide?
Yeah, left to the clubs. So the popularity of the program has been fantastic for us at the SANFL. Both these clubs reached out probably about 12 months ago.
Just going forward here, Kurt Waterman. We'll get back to Ryan shortly. Worthley clears the ball out towards the outer side wing. It'll be a race in 4. Good, clever socket there by Field, was it?
Benny Murphy.
Yep, Murphy. Sorry, Ben Murphy. But it's coming back in here for the Rams. The short pass. Continue on, Ryan, as the bench has the ball.
So both these clubs reached out, and then we just waited for the fixture to come out. Once they played each other, then we teed it up with the workshop. So the workshop for Mount Barker's on Monday night, and we encourage anyone who's associated with the Mount Barker Footy Club to come along. And as I said, 90-minute session on mental health. And then on Wednesday night, we're off to the Nairne-Bremer Football Club with a psychologist to share some knowledge there around mental health. So isn't it great to see that footy clubs now take so much pride in the care of their people? Tackle Your Feelings round, and there's also other mental health programs, there's driver education programs. So the clubs that are really taking care of their people are certainly becoming good community clubs.
So stacks on the nil there, and 2 respective young boys, and Trey Willis and Ben Murphy getting involved there at the bottom of the pack. So umpire pitches it up. In front was Not. Gets the ball forward, is a chance for Worthley. It sits for him. He flicks it up to a teammate who in the meantime is taken. Could have been a bit high there. Yes was the call. So the Barker Roos with the free kick on the eastern wing. So they'll bring the ball in. Hines is the target, the big man. Good to see him back. Ball goes to ground. In the meantime, looks like there's been an infringement there.
Yep.
And it is indeed to the big man, Hines.
I've got a good stat here from Jaden I've just picked out.
Have we? Well, we can't.
Damien Hines with the ball, half forward line. Here's an opportunity for the Roos. 2 early misses for the Rams. He goes inside 50. Bennett's around the action. Here's a chance for the Rams though on the counter attack. Good pick up by Arnold. Throws the ball on the boot. Well, it's gone very high out towards the boundary line. Lucas is there. And it's Need off Jackson Field. Mount Barker has won 3 out of 4 home games this season and hasn't actually lost at the Summit this year. That's a good one from Jaden. Nairne has won 3 out of the 5 away games this season. So I'll continue on with Jaden J. Hill's stats as meantime Brock Knott paddles it down.
So under the pack there looks like the Squidetsky held in there, right inside the 50-metre arc as you can see. So the umpire will come in and ball up. Umpire Nicholas Matthew officiating on this occasion. Over the top Brooks, but backhanded there by Knott. Comes down here to Arnold, sweeping handball out wide, finds Wimpress, gives it back to the Prince, has a bit of a fumble. Oh, he's beset there. Good work there, good pressure by Ryan Babasi.
Great handball by Brooks.
Ball comes out here to Worthley. The Wiz, what can he do? Just goes long towards the top of the square. Lockie May against Bennett sees it over through a minor score. First score of the term to Mount Barker's a minor one.
Yeah, looks like Lockie Cross will bring the ball in. Played interleague as well last week. Kicks it towards half back line. Lucas dropped that one. Strong tackle there by Powell. Umpire Dawes says I'll have it.
So 8.5 minutes gone, second term called a wild. All tied up here at the Summit Park in a good game of footy given the conditions. Trying to burst his way through was Powell. Shreds the handball, comes out to Arnold, tried to sell a bit of candy there, runs into a bit of trouble. Ineffective handball really as he tried to get it forward. And the umpire will come back in. So Ryan, unfortunately the well-being of players, etc., it's probably a situation that you've encountered, perhaps one you didn't want this year with the unfortunate incidents out there at Birdwood.
Yeah, absolutely. And we did about 2 weeks ago. We had a Tackle Your Feelings workshop at Birdwood, and to that actually we had a heap of the Crows players come up and support the club, which was great to see some smiles on some faces. But probably from what happened at our footy club, it was it's great to see some smiles because it's been a tough little period.
A 25-metre period penalty here. Sheets betting will move the ball forward here for the Rams. Get the ball here from Wimpress. So Sheets with the left sock really high there compared to the right. But so Sheets kicks the ball into the pocket. Not the best pass.
Oh.
Chopped off there by Howard.
Colourblind.
Howard kicks the ball towards Callens, last year's male medalist, drives the ball out towards the outer side wing. It'll be a foot race here between Geordie Aitchison and Lockie Cross. Good work there by Cross. Oh, yep, great work there by Cross. Flicked over the top towards Nick Yench. Steals a bit of candy, drives the ball on the left boot towards the half-forward line, but cut off there by Callens once again. You can see why he's one of the best players in the competition. And Phil takes the mark.
So Field with the ball, deep in defence for the Barkeroos as they kick towards the left of the screen or the Summit end. For those that know the ground here, sends it out towards the eastern wing area. Big pack goes off hands. Well read by the Roos, trying to work the ball forward. Once again a chance there for Aitchison. Still battling on there. And finally the umpire will come in and ball up. So lights are still on, but a touch of blue sky here, which is good to see at the Summit. So
Rainbow as well.
Ruck duel, won by Ross Brooks, gets it down. Quick kick away by the Roos, kept under his cross, model defender there as he followed up nicely. Here's a chance for Grouch, the veteran. Goes long inside 50, gives you an indication of strength for the breeze. Drop punt will roll over the line and Lockie Cross will take the resultant free kick deep in defence for the Rams.
He's been lively, Gross, hasn't he? He had a good start.
Absolutely. Nurses up the line to Wimpress, Crow's top-up player. Also Hills League rep last week. We might get your views on the Interleague in just a while, Ryan.
Yeah.
About last week. Ball comes back here. Clearing kick there by Chris Howard, who's been good in defence already.
Yeah, Worthley with the ball for the Roos. Under pressure. Just feel like the Rams are starting to raise the bar a little bit here. Here's an opportunity for, well, the umpires, I was wondering what was happening. Meantime, though, it's the free kick here for Worthley. Or is it? Not sure.
Confusion reigns. Just so I'll pop in there, Benny, as we go around the grounds filming footy, Sports Interactive Dartfish, Chunga 1 goal, Mount Lofty 5 behinds, Loberthal 2-6 lead, Ironbank, Bridgewater 2 straight at quarter time.
Here it's 1-5 apiece. Haven't had a goal kicker in this quarter so far, as Worthley kicks the ball inside 50 for the Roos. Hines a bit deep, but Callens, as we've seen him, both ends of the ground. Dale Like, the coach for Nairn, just patrolling the boundary line in front of us here, is betting. Also at both ends, takes the mark there, kicks it out towards the half-back flank. Here's good work by Darcy Hurigan versus a couple of Roos, sliding in. Couldn't quite pick it up. Good pressure there by the Barkaroos. Callens around the contest, and it's held up 13 minutes gone.
Obviously the wet conditions, but the amount of
Turnovers,
kicks that have gone straight to the opposition
yeah.
already, just sliding off the boot there,
It's
Ryan.
almost like the two sides mirror each other. They both defend really well and then just can't quite find that finishing off skills to give them a shot at goal. Number of turnovers we've seen inside attacking 50 would be high, I'd imagine.
Now the rep footy, of course, 21-point loss to the Division 1 side, a good contest, but the first time they've dropped their colours in 5 seasons, or 6 seasons. The Country Division rep, first time you've been in charge, and so it's a little bit disappointing, Ryan's probably an understatement, but Riverland certainly a well-drilled competition, bearing in mind they have one less club than the Hills Country, so they approached it perhaps how it should be.
Yeah, they certainly brought down their best side. I mean, once I saw their side and I sort of went through, you go through Player HQ and try and work out, if their best players are playing, they certainly brought their best side. It was a tough day. I think it was 14-14 to 3-2. So, full credit to Riverland. They brought down a really good side and were too strong for us on the day.
Yep. Meanwhile, back here, Battle Royal, close battle, as you can see. Can't get any closer than 11 apiece, as we're nearly halfway through the second term here, called the Wild coming through the Summit in Mount Barker. Mount Barker hosting Nairne-Bremer United. Ruck duel betting gets it clear. Quick kick forward by the Rams. Cricket pitch area. Here's
My man.
He's been good.
He has the grouch, gets it forward.
Oh, here we go.
There's a chance for Bennett. He's been a goal kicker in recent times. Comes to Waterman. He's
Good
just
tackle,
set upon
Bennett.
there, holding the ball screen to Mount Barker
Jordy.
forwards, but not to be paid there by umpire Matthew.
So dangerous position here. Bennett, leading goal kicker this year for the Roos, I would say. Pistols. We'll just get to the stat that matters shortly.
20.
He's kicked 20 goals this season. You'd be enjoying the return of big Damien Hines down there as well. So handball over the top. Here's Waterman. He's immediately set upon by Callens in the tackle. Under pressure. Murphy as well. Ben Murphy the tackler. So opportunity here for Roos from the stoppage situations. Watch Callens here. Didn't quite go to him. Clearing kick from Swiderski out towards the wing. Darcy Hurigan earning his touches on the wing. Bit of a barrel kick. Half forward line for the Rams. Running off the line there. Good work for the Roos out towards the boundary line. 16 minutes gone. Still 1-5 apiece. Ryan?
Yeah, I think that's the coach's instruction to play Darcy more up the ground here. He certainly pushed well up the ground. And maybe Nairn are trying to change that forward line structure to see if they can find that avenue in here. Looks like Jamie Drew's sort of gone behind him and Darcy's pushed up.
So ruck duel. Looks like Aitchison and Bedding. Ball comes down here. McDougall lurking, lays a good tackle there, holding the ball in there for the Rams. So once again, the umpires will come in and ball it up. Umpire Bruce Dawes. So up again, balance. He's quickly set upon, ducking the chutney there, trying to break his way through. Was Worthley for the Roos. Here's Callens, flicks it out wide. Chance for field if it'll sit for him. Handball's over the top, then gets his own ball. Close to the line as Murphy. Lachlan Murphy, of course, wearing the famous number 2. He was the son of the great David Murphy and grandson of the late great Peter Murphy. So plenty of tradition and heritage in that name there, Benny, for the Mount Barker Football Club.
Very much so. Daniel Lackenby has blooded quite a few youngsters this season. Powell kicks the ball inside 50. That's not a bad kick. Clever forward line punch there by the Rams player. Howard, though, mopping up. Oh, here's Darcy Hurigan. He might kick this, check side style. And he has. Not sure who the Rams player was, but that was a good...
Connolly, I think it was.
Good forward line punch there, Ryan.
Yeah, absolutely. And probably the other thing I find interesting here is that, you know, with those sort of middle of the ground stoppages, you know, those stoppages that we had centre wing, it was interesting that Mount Barker pushed up their 2 half forwards into the contest, so left them with 4 deep forwards. So it's interesting how they've sort of conceded that they would probably want to try and nail down Nairn at stoppage. I thought that was really interesting.
So goal number 46 for the season for Darcy Hurrigan.
Good goal from Darcy too, wasn't it?
Yep. So back in the centre here. Good game of footy. So 2-5 Nairne-Bremer United, 1 straight kick ahead of Mount Barker, 1-5. So up they go. Aitchison gets it down, but clearing kick from the centre patch by the Rams, puts it forward. Chance there for Squidetsky. The Squid getting involved, followed up by Llewellyn. Toe pokes it out here. Here's the foot races on. Alex Oddie getting involved. Also at the top there was Drew. Handball out wide by Chris Howard. Once again getting involved there was Llewellyn at ground level. So it looks like the umpire will come in and ball up. Umpire Dawes not far from the boundary line there, Benny.
Yep. So stoppage situation. Rams through Powell. He was involved in that previous goal. Oh, Tony Filkey.
Tony Filkey, bottom right-hand corner.
Just wants to be on the camera.
Was past Rams premiership coach and Imperials and South Australian country coach.
So inside 50 here for the Rams. Last goal kicker was Darcy Hurrigan.
Ooh,
right to the head
Falcon.
there.
Oh, the
Was
Falcon.
it Willis? Powell, he's starting to go to another level here. High ball, inside 50, deep. Almost the mark there by Connolly. Brought it to ground. Dangerous position here for the Barker's defence.
McDougall.
Oh, great smother.
Well done.
Brilliant smother there by Alex Oddie. Stops the Rams having a shot at goal. And in the meantime, looks like Field with the ball here for the Roos.
So Phil deep in the back pocket, as you can see, can't get much closer to goals. Wedged in, he puts it out wide to the half-back flank area by the light tower. Lights still blazing here. Ball comes across to the corridor, camped under it and taking a mark there. For the Rams is Jamie Taylor, the ex-Eggy boys. Perhaps didn't improve the angles. He goes back to Squidetsky, the Squid. Has a little bit of front of his boots shone there by Field, I think it was. So just wonder when the ball was brought back in from that angle and then put back out there. But anyway, so there's Squidetsky.
Actually, I've just noticed that Tony Filkey's looking very sharp in his red socks.
He is. He has got his red socks on.
Socks, haven't he?
So yet to kick a goal this year, the Squid for Nairne-Bremer. So this will take his best kick as he's wedged into the right-hand pocket, kicking towards the golf course end. So it'll be interesting as the wind will be blowing across his body. So sets it up, and probably that's why he hasn't kicked a goal this
Onto the
season.
grassy knoll there.
As lands it on the Kennedy Knoll. Almost hit Lee Harvey up there. So still a good crowd in the house. I hope they remember they got their lights on, or it'll be a bit of a flat patchy. Ryan, you might have to get the jumper leads out.
$10 each, I'll give you a jump.
It was a 25-minute quarter in the first quarter. So here's a chance for the Barkaroos on the counter-attack out towards the outer side wing. Sliding in there. Good mark. Taken
Llewellyn.
by Llewellyn. Good period here for the Rams. Had the ball across their half-forward line for the last few minutes. Just telling people to slow it down a bit as he kicks the ball inside 50. Handball over the top. Llewellyn will crash in again. Earns the free kick.
It's just
against
his,
Billy Stokes.
just his ninth game at A-grade level. Benny's got a,
Not sure what that was for.
I can say his ninth game at A-grade level and hasn't looked out of place at this level. A good young kid because spent some time down at Sturt.
Oh, he chips the ball inside 50.
To McDougall.
Does feel like Nairn have just controlled the game here for the last 10 minutes, doesn't it?
So pretty low scoring quarter. 1 goal, 2 added by the Rams and just the 1 behind by Mount Barker. There's a chance for, as I said, McDougall to raise the second one of the term. Needed to mister on here in the timekeeper's box as he sets it on its way. Has got the distance. Taken off lines and walked over by Field for a minor score, Benny.
Might get that photos just of James and what he was doing earlier in the match. He's all right out there now.
Now, he's probably got the
Good
sunglasses
conditions
on
out there
now.
at the moment. Lights are on. Driving kick out from the Roos out towards the half-back line. Jamie Drew, what can he do here? Well, he's got some support too from there's our man James as we go back to the action. Just live in the action.
That's a tough way to make a living, isn't it?
Giving you the footage here is James. Aitchison kicks the ball half-forward line. Here's a chance for the Roos.
Caruso.
Bit of a
Is he on?
bouncy. Oh! Clever though. He had a player on in Bennett's, but went for it on the left boot. End-to-end football there, Ryan.
I'll tell you what, that,
Coast to coast, transition stuff. That's what we want to see.
so it looks like the model defender in Lockie Cross added to the Eastern Zone squad. I notice Benny. Well done to him. Puts it out wide. High ball, reaching towards Lockie May off hands. Taken here through the run of Damon Howell. Has a bit of a fumble, but it recovers, puts it up forward. Good defensive work by the G-Banger Grouch, brings it down. This big dash just crashes his way through.
Strength.
Flicks it on to the run of the Prince.
this down,
Can the
please.
Prince do it? He kicked a miracle goal in the first quarter, but not on this occasion.
Not quite. Worthley takes the mark, driving the ball out towards Aitchison. He takes the mark.
Got a paddock.
The game's become free-flowing for the last 2 minutes. It's up end-to-end stuff. This
Good
is
attacking play. Score 2-5 to 1-6. Kick out towards the wing.
Last
I reckon
minute.
there's about a minute left. Good stuff. Handy to have near. Yeah, anyway. Out towards the kick around the corner there by
How?
Howe. Oh, big, clever work there by the big man Knott. Flicked it on the Waterman. He in turn goes to
Pow.
Powell.
Sorry.
Well,
Taylor
eventually
it was.
Eventually it went to Powell, but it's a free kick here for Bennett.
Yep, sorry, Taylor it actually was. So Bennett's goes long. Can they get on into something here?
Oh.
Fumbled by Cross, taken by Llewellyn. Tries to get across goals. Here's a chance for the Salem man, and Jens gets a handball on to Smits, who in turn sets his team up big time. Ball coughed up, comes back here to Whimpers, touch of the fumbles here for the Rams, comes back to the Prince. Can he do something to get him out of trouble? Yes, he does. Nurses the ball up the line and finds a teammate.
Maybe the last play of the opening half as he kicks into the middle of the ground. It might come off here. Here's a chance. Kick forward. Maybe the last
Howe.
kick for the... And it's almost a mark there for Darcel Lewis.
That's it. Almost seemed too easy for Big Das at the
Yeah,
last minute.
just chopped off there
Yes.
by Field. So, Ryan, your thoughts on the opening half?
Yeah, sort of that last 5 minutes of the quarter, it started to get a bit more free-flowing, but it was certainly contested for the first part of both quarters, wasn't it? It's interesting how Mount Barker keep rolling up those two extra small half forwards into the stoppage. So, whether that's a tactic before game to try and control Nairn's ability at stoppage, they want to get more numbers around there and leave themselves just with 4 forwards. I think it'd be really interesting to see if they stay with that tactic around, sort of only having the 4 forwards and trying to close it down at stoppage. But both sides have defended really well, and it just feels like whoever can get that avenue towards goal is certainly going to change the game fairly quickly. Nairn probably controlled the game for the last 10 minutes, probably didn't get the rewards they would have hoped, I wouldn't have thought. But yeah, we certainly got a good clash.
Yeah.
All right, half time. James is back in the house. MC Glover's about to let rip with the tunes. And just having a look at young Dodd there as Ryan picked up. Nasty injury in the first quarter.
Yeah, that looked unfortunate. That was horrible when he came off, the poor fella. Hopefully he's okay, but that certainly looked sore.
All right, half time. We'll be back with a special guest at half time shortly as we just go to some sponsorship announcements and then we'll be back.
Half-time break here at the Summit Sports Ground, Division 1 Round 9 Hills Football League action. A pretty good contest at the moment, and it's Nairne-Bremer United probably came here handy favourites, second place, leading 2-6, and against the sixth place Barkaroos 1-6, so it's a 1-goal margin, and pretty low scoring, as we said, just the 3 goals kicked. Nick Yench and Darcy Hurigan, the goal kickers for the Rams, and Riley Lucas, we have a goal in the opening term for the Barkaroos. So, as you said, a good contest on offer here. And speaking of the Barkaroos, we've been privileged to be joined here at half-time break by their erstwhile president, Matt Schultz. Matt, welcome into the Call of the Wild.
Thanks, Pistols. Great to be with you.
And thank you, you turned it on. The weather's really good and everything, and fogging up. Can you get the demister working for us?
Yeah, I think we might have used up all the good weather on the Interleague last weekend. But,
yeah, well, that's right. Now, first year as president, certainly we mightn't say it's been smooth sailing for you, mate. You've come in and it's like taking over the captaincy of the Titanic, I'd suggest.
Oh, look, yeah, it's certainly been a different start to the year. And look, to be honest with you, we've got a really good committee who are clear in their direction, and there's a few things that we wanted to take on board this year to sort of direct the club, make sure we had as good a year as we could for this year, but take us forward for next year and beyond.
As I said, tough decisions had to be made. Probably one of the initial ones I made was the decision to change the coaching and the pathway and direction of the club.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That was a very tough decision, particularly so close to the season. We did feel that we needed to get just a little bit of renewal into the group, and certainly Andrew had done a fantastic job with the team over the years and through those COVID years, and we just really felt that we needed to just, as I said, renew the energy, get that back up and going again to a point where we could really push forward through this year and then from next year and beyond.
Having said that, Daniel Lackaby, who was initially going to be one of the assistant coaches, obviously stepped there, filled the void, and Brock Gifford on board as well. So how have you seen it, and given the fact also you've had a pretty unfortunate run with injuries?
Yeah, no, look, I think one of the things around the change of the coaching decision is that we knew, as well as the two you mentioned, we had Phil Johnson. They've all been senior coaches before, so we were pretty confident that we had people that we could bring up to push through and drive us forward. I was very happy that Lackers wanted to put his hand up and take the role on. But yeah, as you said, the injuries, I think we've played 38 players through the A grade in the first 7 rounds, so certainly had our fair share of injuries, and only going back about 3 weeks ago, we had 22 senior players injured across the squad. So yeah, it's been a tough year.
You're almost a hands-on president, mate, out on the field.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's certainly been one of those instances in some weeks where it's almost been whoever's fighting fit, we put them out on the park. And I think being where we are in 6th, I mean, it's probably reflective of where we are. And so really credit to the boys and also to Lackers to keep getting them up every week, particularly when you don't have a lot of continuity with the squad.
Sure. And also some of the positives for the club, because you were the sort of, I suggest, the host club of the AFL gather round here. How was that for you?
Yeah,
as the club, a lot of work. But
yeah, it was actually a lot of work. I think we did our best as a club to align with the council. They were working in with the AFL, but certainly the club played a big role in facilitating setup. We even ended up running the gate on the day when Ticker Tech ran short of staff, so Mount Barker volunteers out there on the gate. So in that context, we certainly feel like we've played our part in helping get the event off the ground.
I'm sure you got a personal thank you from Gil.
Yeah, he was pretty good about it. He was very happy with the day and the facility and where it was played. I think he felt it reflected pretty well on both Mount Barker as a town, but also the footy club.
I see he even offered to clean up his mess for you.
Yeah, took a couple of weeks. We missed our Anzac Day game here, but yeah, it was...
Which, of course, was transferred back to the spiritual home there at Hanson Oval, Howard Lane, for one of another location. Was a great day, traditional Anzac Day, and certainly I talked to a few people, they just love that fact of being back to Mount Barker's spiritual home. Yeah,
you do mention that. There's certainly still a strong affinity for a lot of the boys and past players with Howard Lane. And as you know, we're still working between the two grounds. We play our game days here on Saturday, and That's not without its challenges, but we certainly are still strongly connected to Howard Lane, and anybody who was out there on that Anzac Day, that was just a phenomenal day to be at the footy.
So you've got obviously today, then next week you've got another home game against Onkers. Is there the prospect of Mount Barker Football Club playing a couple more games before the end of the season back at Howard Lane?
Yeah, I think that's certainly on the cards. We are having a bit of a challenge working with council in terms of getting that continuity. The arrangement with the HFL and council isn't clear. It's not real transparent, so we don't have a lot of certainty, particularly with our training out here. We know we can get our games out here, but you know what it's like to run a football club. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, and it's everything from the trainers, equipment that we need, but then the volunteers that are running the canteen, the bar. So the volunteer effort is hard between two grounds, and not having that certainty will certainly mean that we've got to make a decision in the next week or two about whether or not we continue to stay here for the rest of the year or whether we head back to Howard Lane.
Or what about, as you said, for the rest of the year, what about for a long-term program? Because certainly, obviously, it costs you a bit of time and effort and money to come and play out here.
Yeah.
Is it worth it? I know, well, as we saw talking to Lockie Neal and some of the AFL guys and even the River Murray guys, everyone who's come here is just so impressed with the surface here.
Yeah.
It's as good as the MCG, so the best sailors. But, you know, what goes with it is perhaps not up to expectation what you thought when you first came out here?
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a bit of a challenge. So, as you said, the surface is great. People love playing here. The actual facility, the club rooms, it's a challenge. Doesn't have a bar, limited storage. So, again, that's a lot more effort for us as a club to be able to generate revenue. The ground still doesn't meet the specs for a HFL final because it's not enclosed. So, you know, even if the HFL does want to hold finals out here, there's no way of actually managing the crowd and the capacity. So the venue itself has definitely got its challenges. We as a club over the last 3 years have tried to work with the council pretty hard to be able to do that. And certainly we'd put our hand up to try and do it. But
I know today you got your ticket box up there, the junction of the two roads in, but smart people don't drive here, they just walk in.
They do, mate. They absolutely walk in. And that's what's going to make it a challenge for us, just to be able to drive that revenue here, because it's not a cheap facility to run and take ownership of.
Yeah. How do you see the facility should be managed and also handled? Should it be the home of the HFL finals or have a match of the round here if Mount Barker don't take up the full residency?
Yeah,
But then would clubs give up a home game to come and play here?
Yeah, certainly from speaking to other club presidents, they're not that willing to come and give up a home game to come and play here, nor would they do it regularly because of the sponsors they've got in their town and their own facilities. So you've got to think that this is still community football, and if you start taking community events out of the towns, it does diminish what actually goes into that town experience. For us, I mean, we would love to be out here on an ongoing basis, but at the same time recognise it's a premier facility. So we wouldn't object to the HFL having finals out here. And obviously last weekend the HFL booked a facility, but Mount Barker Footy Club ran the day. So again, Mount Barker supporting the council's want for this to be a regional facility. We've backed the HFL in. No other clubs are out there putting their hand up to do that. But also important to understand the Mount Barker Footy Club's actually put a fair bit of the facilities into actually run game day activities, and they're our assets that we've put into it.
And just quickly, as we see the players and the umpires come back on the ground, obviously the challenges, Mount Barker Football Club, obviously, as you talked about, the set plan that you've got and you want the direction to go.
Yep.
But certainly it must have its challenges, but there might be people who say, well, you look at the size of Mount Barker, it's obviously the biggest regional area in the hills. The club, etc., should be better than what it is. So
yeah, look, I think there's certainly that expectation, and it's probably long overdue, that senior success. Our juniors are extremely competitive, and we're quite fortunate to have good numbers, but we do work hard to get them. But I'm pretty buoyed by the direction that the senior squad's taking. We're going to get a lot of those really quality juniors coming on in the next few years, and that's a big part of being able to have that success. And one thing that I'm really proud of, Lackers in particular, is his ability to bring those under-18 players up. You know, we've got 3 under-18 lads playing out here today in a senior team, and that's a bit of a gap that we've had in our squad. So to see 3 young lads running around out there and Mount Barker holding its own against the number 2 side on the ladder, it's a good thing, and it means that we're in a pretty good space moving forward.
We know here you are, mate, doing all the PR work, and it's all right for some. We can see in the background of the shot here some people just sitting around doing nothing and sipping on the coffee. And hey, not bad, are they? They leave all the hard work to you.
Oh, absolutely.
Hey, and you got anything coming up? Social engagements for the Roos?
Yeah, fantastic event on next weekend. We've got our 2003 Premiership reunion,
Yes.
so 20 years. There's a lot of the blokes that played in that game, including our A-grade coach,
Yes.
Noons and Murph, who are coaching our under-14s teams that'll be here for that, and our 83. So it'll be a great weekend for the club.
Yep.
Big one for us, so we're pretty excited about that.
Fantastic. And yourself, have you got a bit of a direction, a plan? You want to be, a 3 to 5 year president, or one end of this year think, geez, this is hard, I'm out of here? But
It's definitely not an easy gig, but I am committed to it. So, yeah, I've got myself penciled in for 3 to 5 at this stage.
So you're not going to be like the captain of the Titanic, hop in the lifeboat. You're here for the long ride.
No, absolutely. No, I'm very committed to the club and the role, and happy to take it forward for the next few years at least.
Good on you. All right, Matt, thanks for joining us. Thanks for your
Chris.
hospitality once again
Cheers.
on game day, and every time I come to the summit, it's always good to see your smiling face. So
Thanks.
all the best for the rest of the season.
Appreciate that. Thanks. Have a great day.
Good on you. So Matt Schultz, president of Mount Barker Football Club, joining us there. And as he said, plenty of plans for the Roos to climb back to the top of the ladder. 2012, I think, was their last A-grade flag, so certainly a long time between drinks, but good signs being displayed here. As we go around the ground quickly before we get underway here.
Someone wanted to know
Half-time
other
Meadows
scores.
3-7 leading Kersbrook 2-2. Quarter time we have Kangaroola 2-5 leading Torrens Valley 2-4. And we had a score Ureda Districts 8-4, we're leading Onka Valley 2-1. So for filming footy, Sports Interactive and Dartfish around the grand scoreboard, we'll try and bring some more up to date with you as we're just about all ready
I've just
here
got
to
some shout-outs here, Pistols.
second half, Benny.
Yeah, apparently Max Glover and William the Doormat Bruce are watching live in London as we speak, so that's good.
There's a Scotsman with them, I wonder.
Potentially. And I've also got a couple more messages here as Ryan Nelson will join us once again for the third term. We'll get to those very shortly as the ball now half-forward line. Here's a chance for Callens from the immediate restart. Kicks the ball inside towards the forward pocket area. Lockie May versus Bennett. Bennett saying, how's about deliberate? So
Now, actually, Benny, sorry to break in, mate. An
right.
informed source did tell me that William the Bruce and Maxie Glover did actually happen to get up close and personal with none other than King Charles.
Nathan Howe was wondering if we could get an interview after the match with Marshall because it's his 50th today. We'll see how we go. We usually have a chat to someone who earns the Archies and the Dartfish beanie, Ryan. So plus understand there's maybe some other things up for grabs today.
Yeah, Chucky feelings.
Well, just have to turn yourself on there. There we go.
Chucky, your feelings are going to throw in some tickets for best player from both sides to an AFL game. So if you're a Crows fan, you can come down and watch the Crows win, or I think Port Collingwood's coming up pretty soon, Pistols. That'll be a big game.
It will be indeed, Ryan. Thanks for the tickets, mate. That's good of you. Around the grounds once again, half-time, Mount Lofty 4-7, Achunga 1-1. So the Devils getting on top there of the game at probably a very summery Heathfield Oval.
Arctic.
Arctic, good word. So, ball in, so not getting assistance there from the teammate. Ball comes down, taking there, I think might have been Callens, wrapped up in a tackle. So once again, now Pole coming ball up. So just come out to 2 minutes, no addition to the half-time score, 2-6 Rams leading the Barkaroos 1-6. Just enjoying our worldwide coverage.
Just those scores again, Pistols at half-time, what you've got? Just a few.
Ureda 8-4, Onka Valley 2-1, Mount Lofty 4-7, Chunga 1-1, and half-time score, Meadows 3-7, Kersbrook 2-2 out there at Brookersfield. So.
Yep, Riley Lucas, meantime. Oh, kick into Kurt Waterman. Desperation. Try and get a few more scores as they come through.
It's like the call centre here, isn't it?
Oh, it is.
Media Mike might have something for us. It is the call centre, isn't it?
So, throw in. Knott gets the ball down. Bursting his way through there was Willis, wrapped up in a tackle.
Media Mike's on the spot here.
Here we go. Ironbank 6-2. Is this correct? Lines haven't been crossed. Ironbank Bridgewater 6-2. Loberthal 2-6. Now, if I saw the earlier score, Lobe didn't score that quarter.
Well, kick forward.
Wow.
Here's an opportunity for the Roos. Desperate defence here. Lockie May shoves the handball out.
Kick off the ground.
Oh, kick off the ground there for the Roos by Marshall Howe in his 50th
He's
A-grade
on, wrong,
game.
wrong.
Ball. Oh! Smother. Desperate defence here from the Rams under enormous pressure from the Roos forward line, and eventually they win out. Smith with the kick here, defensive line. 4 minutes gone, and it's 2-6 to 1-6. We'll get Ryan Nelson's thoughts shortly as Ben Powell, half-back line.
So
Oh,
Powell
cut
took
off,
a
though.
nice defection there by Murphy, I think it was.
Good
Ball-
start to the third term, Pistols by the Roos.
Absolutely, they're certainly competing well today. Why not? Ball off, socket off the
Best
ground.
way of doing it.
Going to ground was big betting. Ball fed out the back
Howard.
door.
I liked his game.
Around the corner is Howard, as you said, been very impressive. Out to the Wiz and Worthley. Oh, runs around, gets away, gets onto that right foot, puts the ball forward.
Just a contest.
Camped under. There was Powell, just couldn't complete the mark. Goes to ground. And as you said, very Hines getting involved. So as you said,
Your thoughts, Ryan? Good start for the third term.
Yeah, Mount Barker have certainly controlled the first spot. We're now 3-4 minutes in. Certainly controlled it. And if they can just find that avenue, it's almost like both sides are in the same sort of position. They're both defending well, but just can't find that avenue to go forward.
well, the fact, as you said, there's only been a total of 3 goals kicked for the game. 3 minutes into the second half. I think you're right here. Very defensive game. So, yes, as we said, wintry conditions here as football resumes in the hill after interleague break. So, ball comes down. Kicked away there for Mount Barker. High kick. I think that might have been Marshall Howe in his 50th. Ball comes up here and nearly stripped was Lockie May. Managed to get a kick away. High kick. Tapped on there by Drew. Going to ground was Willis. Picked up by Mount. Send it back. It's sort of up in the air and they're just playing within a 50-metre radius at the
Yeah, it's
moment.
just like
Ball
tennis,
held
isn't
in
it?
there. Might play in the mini-league oval.
Well, what would you do here, Pistols? Would you try and spread it out and back your on-ballers in to win a contest, or would you just keep battling away like this and hope that the game's going to change
well,
for you?
I think if you can get the ball out in the open and clear it, but at the moment it's certainly packed. It's like a rugby league scrum. Ball kicked forward there, might have been Llewellyn up forward, but once again taken by the Roos through the agency of Nelson. Howard, sorry.
Howard, yep, he goes forward, off hands. Geordie Aitchison, the tackler, maybe just holding on to Lockie Cross a little bit longer there. Cross wanted the free kick. Bennett, a bit of volleyball work there. Spikes out to Lockie May. Oh, that's smothered. Desperation here for the Rams' defence under enormous pressure. Good forward line pressure from the Roos, holding the ball in there. Dangerous position, about 15 metres out from their goal. 1 goal the margin, 6 minutes gone. Third term. Nan defence under pressure here.
Tell you, call it a scrappy game at the moment, I think would be a great description. It's not. Double hits it towards the boundary line. Getting there was Arnold, gave to May. May's kick perhaps goes back to where the ball came, trying to control it was Drew. Ball coming out here. In fact, in the left of screen from the cricket pitch towards the summit, and there's not a single player, so it's been played in one half of the
It's
ground
almost
at the
like
moment.
under 10s.
Ball flicks out here. Was that too high? In fact, Field wins a free kick, Benny.
Yep, Field looking for options. A few cars got the lights on behind the goals there as it's fisted out towards the boundary line there by Brock Knott. So boundary throw-in, 7 minutes gone, 1 goal the margin, 2-6 to 1-6. Goal scorers so far, there's been a lot. Yench and Hurrigan and Lucas for the Roos.
And then what you can see just off the ball is that Mount Barker have got three loose people in a defensive wall, so they've been able to push all the way up, and then Nan have gone all the way in with their inside 50, so they've got all their players, well within 60 metres of Oppo goal here.
Arnold looking for Sheets betting. Good chop off there by Grouch. Howard liked his game, as I said. Kicks the ball inside 50. Almost a mark there for the Rams. Ball pops out from Lucas to Stokes. Dangerous position. Worthley. Can he collect the ball?
Whiz.
Well, he's got a teammate on here in Roscoe Brooks.
Got a couple.
Got a few, actually. That's a fair tackle. No
I tell you,
dramas there.
considering Nairne are actually kicking with the breeze to the left of screen this quarter, this will be playing right into the hands of the Roos if they can bolt on their forward line, knowing they're coming home with the breeze. So wait and see what happens. Ball comes down here. Once again, back comes out of back round the corner. Howe couldn't quite get it clear. Bouncing ball. Drew tried to sock it off the ground, overcooked it. Ball comes back here, ground level, and looks like a free kick has been picked out, and it's to Ben Murphy.
Yep, the captain of the under-18s interleague side last week, Jamie Grouch, 2012 premiership player, and he finds Samuel Callens, of course, last year's male medalist.
Of course, ranked high in the the list of notable footballers in Adelaide Hills, I noticed during the week. Only kicked one goal for the season, but I tell you, if he kicks this one, it'll be the best one he's kicked all season, because a heavy ball, angle.
We're going to put something on this, Pistols? Maybe a
How
lemonade
about
after the game or something?
how about a ticket to the AFL?
Which game would you like to see, mate?
I think you know. So, there's he'll kick from just inside 50, sets it on the way. I tell you what, I got the tickets.
There we go.
So Sammy Collins. We're off to the races.
Your beauty.
That's a fantastic finish by Sammy
Well
Collins.
deserved, Roos. Good start to the third term, Ron.
Yeah, and it's good to see some scoring, isn't it? I mean, that's what we want to see. People coming to see goals.
Great kick by Samuel Callens. Evens the scores
are
up.
level.
8 minutes gone. 2-6 apiece.
Now it's first goal since Lucas in the 21-minute mark
Looks
of
like
the first term.
Cold air conditioners on.
Ah, beautiful up here.
I'm still getting my head around the Iron Bank Loberthal scores. That's unbelievable.
That's right. My informant.
24 degrees. It's too hot.
Too
Too hot for the Sherpa. So at least he's, look at him.
Too
He wants
cold.
it about -5. Ball comes out here, foot races in, and crushing over the line there. It looked like it was Ryan Babasi, Mason, taking the ball over the boundary line. So the academy boy will come and pitch it up. So a ring-a-ding-ding we got here on Call to Wild. 9 minutes into the third term, 2-6 apiece. Roos playing the Rams.
Yeah, we've got some stats shortly from Jaden J. Hill regarding third quarters.
The biggest stat we've got, Ben, is the windows are fogged up and we can't see a thing, mate.
That's right. But we're still managing to call it, which is great. Powell. Almost holding the ball. Umpiring let it go.
Well, you're the Nostradamus man, Benny, so you can just predict what might happen, and it'll happen.
Well, Callens has played well, hasn't he? Samuel Callens, liked his game. Roscoe Brooks in ruck versus Not. Not cleverly slaps it on. Here's Murphy. He goes to Stokes. That was a toe poke. Here's Waterman.
Oh.
Bit of run. Jamie Grouch, almost a tackle. Here's Murphy. Great work from the young man. Kicks the ball towards the half forward. A bit of free-flowing play here. Bennett's, good show of strength there
Trey
by
Willis.
Trey Willis.
Yeah, young man. Third A-grade game, but yeah. It's
Scores a level,
good
2-6
effort there.
apiece.
So we're now, 9 sort of minutes into the quarter? And I don't think that Nairne have had an inside 50 yet, have they?
Don't think so,
No, not
Ryan.
that I can recall.
Ryan Nelson, special comments today.
So it's been half a game. Here's a chance here, toe poke forward. There's Arnold getting involved, so just see the Nairne coaching staff in the foreground there. Peanut Foster, Dale Eichner. They must be a little bit worried about this at the moment because they came here pretty warm favourites, second place. Only losses to the Harndorf and the Mount Lofty Football Club and playing against the
Here we
six
go,
side
first
time. But at the
inside
moment, here's a
50.
chance now for Darcy. He'll go long on the left. It is hit the woodwork, I think, or the AFL metalwork. So
That would have to be one of the most frustrating things when you're a coach, when you've controlled the game and you haven't scored, and then the oppo get one inside 50 and then have a shot at goal. It's like,
does it happen a lot, Ryan?
Does, doesn't it?
As the coaching.
Yeah. That's why we go great.
Jamie
coaches.
Grouch took the ball. He was off to the races, but it looks like the academy boy caught behind. And Grouch, yes, the rain's starting to return here.
So, according to Jaden's stats, Mount Barker's best quarter this season has been the third. And we've seen that so far. Just the one goal so far during the opening 12 minutes for Mount Barker. And here's a chance for Wimpress. Drives the ball high inside 50. Hourigan caught at the back. Good fist there by Howard. Archer Connolly around the area.
So the Rams leading 19 to 18. Our score is reversed there. It's actually Nairne in front by a point.
Just fix
Bit
that
of
one up.
water getting into the
Sheets handballs out
technicians
to Drew. Good tackle. Umpire lets it go. Umpire Dawes, that is.
So I tell you what, at this stage, 6 goals would win this game, maybe even less. Conditions are not conducive to attacking footy as Betting double hands it down, but kicked forward by the Roos. Up there, camped under it, and then Fringe was Bennett's, yes. Wins a free kick against Lockie May. So Daniel Bennett's quickly honours the lead out wide and picks out Alex Hurlahan. Of course,
Headband.
Jordan, sideline with a shoulder injury. They could do with him out there. He goes further afield. That's a very good mark taken out by Waterman. Comes back here to Schmidt. finds his way clear, lifts the eyes and picks out a teammate in Wimpress. He's off to the races straight away, and that left foot comes across the ground. The foot races on. Charger cleverly tapped forward there around the corner. I think that was
You'll get this back.
Howard. Comes back here to the run of Oddie. Good even run by Oddie as he centres the ball nicely. And Bennett drops a sitter in the square. And they don't come much easier than that one. Daniel Bennett, you could see him, just the frustration. God damn it, he says, but minor scores result. So we're tied up again at 2-7 apiece. 13 and a half minutes gone, third term here on Call to Wild.
Yeah, Smits kicks the ball outside the defensive area.
Here's a go.
Here's a chance for the Roos. Meantime, Callens has kicked a goal in this term into the pocket. That's a beautiful kick in the conditions. And
Lovely
finds
pass.
Alex Houlihan.
Similar to the pass to Cooper Skinner last week.
Yeah, that was a great pass. Alex Houlihan with an opportunity here for the Roos to
Seize the lead.
seize the lead. Maybe
Any score will do
for-
it, Benny. He has kicked 4 for the season.
Yep, seize the lead for the first time since
They actually
late
need a-
in the first.
They actually need a bit of reward for their hard work. Like, they've controlled the quarter.
Oh, almost another pass. Bennett's. Oh, comedy of errors. Oh, it's for a kick.
Push.
All right, so we get another chance here.
Well, umpire Matthew right on the scene there.
Tough shot here.
This
Big
is
Hines.
big kick here for the Roos, Ryan.
So Hines kicked
still
2 goals
just-
in round 1, and as we said, this is his first appearance since he sustained a bit of a knee injury. As you can see, heavily strapped his left knee. So the big man.
His socks look good, though.
He's getting a bit of horn work from the
I
crowd.
tell you what,
Good boy.
Goal.
must be the socks that did it.
That's it.
He tackled that feeling very well to kick the goal.
He did. Absolutely. Well played. And Mount Barker just, would feel like they've just got a little bit of reward for controlling the quarter. Seems like they've had all the play, but just haven't been able to finish, and they're probably going to need a bit of a lead as they go into the last quarter.
As we said, they'll be coming home with the wind. So money in the bank here for them. As you can see, the rain starting to pelt down here.
So back in the middle.
The rain, the wind.
Looks like Jamie Drew's gone in there. Ben Howe, Sheets betting.
The calm before the storm, boys.
There's a change. Jamie Drew going on ball, so he's come out of the forward line and gone on back into on ball.
So Rux will go at it here. Betting just holding his ground. Callens pushed off it. Wimpress around the area. His bow eventually shrugs across.
McDonald.
All gone.
That holding the ball. Good intensity here from the Roos. They go forward through Callens. Driving kick inside 50. Good defensive spoil there by May. Ball hits the deck. Here's a chance for young Murphy. Wheels on the right boot. Under pressure. Snaps the ball into the pocket. Geordie Aitchison takes the mark. Murphy knew what was coming at him. Still got the kick away. And Geordie has a shot at goal.
So Aitchison, been pretty handy this afternoon, has 7 goals to his credit for the season. As we said, the rain really starting to gain momentum here. Like how it was early in the game. So another goal here would be very handy. Be the third for the term if successful. The Roosters, Rams just adding 1 behind. So
Big kick here.
Aitchison.
Got it. Kicked
That's
it.
Yeah, just sense the young Roos.
Is
A
it-
little bit of confidence here.
Bit of energy, bit of excitement. Sort of then it becomes like a real courageous bushfire, doesn't it, when it starts?
And as we know, days like today, not a day for pretty football. And any lead is a very valuable lead in these conditions. So they 4-7 to 2-7 now. So 2 straight kicks in it. 16 and a half minutes gone, third term. And I tell you, monitor probably looks a little bit lighter than actually the conditions are here as these floodlights really starting to take effect here now, shining through the gloom and doom. As Ricky Cousins won't be happy with the cricket pitch area at the moment. Benny.
Sorry, it was just Callens just lifting his side here. Drew, Callens the tackler. Great tackle. Diving in. Middle area a little bit muddy. Murphy, he's been good as well. Hines, desperate ruse here. Bennett's. May under pressure from Daniel Bennett's. May looking for the boundary line, is he? Bennett's. Good tackle, front on tackle. Shoving him towards the boundary line.
Yeah, clever tackle there by Bennett's. Wrapped him up. Made sure he didn't infringe on him.
Do you know what's real courage? Running water in shorts. That's real
Pick
courage
up
on a day
Ryan.
like today.
Well, he wouldn't have to go far to fill up the water bottles. Just take the top off and hold them out.
Just remember the lights are on. in the cars. Darcy gone, is he? Advantage paid. No, Callens holds it up. Ethan, is it Field?
So Field driving forward. Conditions here. Fumble there by Willis. There's the ruse forward around the corner, high kick, but I think it's going to be forced over the line for another minor score. They're all valuable now. Lockie Cross performing the double Cobra spoil there.
Dominated the forward entry here, the Roos, in this quarter.
So they've kicked 3 goals to 1 behind, as you can see, 19 minutes gone this third term, Benny.
Yench drives the ball
Oh,
straight down Aitchison's throat, but Breeze is going with the Roos here. So Geordie Aitchison, last goal kicker,
so he knows where they are.
kicks the ball into a dangerous position. Hines, Bennett's over the back. Oh no, it's Murphy.
Goal. Wow.
Goal.
Benny Murphy.
So Ben Murphy adds another one. This is a really important period here for the Roos. 14-minute mark through to the 19-minute mark. They've kicked 3 goals and now 4 goals for the Quarter Pistols.
Yeah, they've actually kicked 3 in the last 5 or so minutes, boys. So momentum, as we said, the daylight today is very important, as Ryan Nelson mentioned. And certainly the Barkaroos are up and about. And nothing builds enthusiasm like confidence, and certainly they're confident at the moment, Ryan, this young, as you said, young side.
It's going to test the Rams. They're now, 3 goals down, kicked 2 for the game. So you'd almost feel like they've got to stop Mount Barker from scoring at all. And yeah, she's a pressure game, isn't it?
Well, here's an opportunity. They
Okay,
need it.
second inside
Probably
50.
a goal in this quarter at least. Give themselves a chance heading into the final term. Tough conditions. This defence has held up well for the Roos. It's really starting to intensify. Here's Darcy driving into the rain. Kicks the ball beautifully to Damon Arnold, who's had a shot in the driving rain here at the summit to give the Rams another opportunity to hit back.
This will
2-7
not
to
be an easy
5-8.
kick with it persistently raining. This will not be an easy kick, I wouldn't have thought.
He's joined the Rams from the Unleigh Jets, Damon Arnold. So deliberate approach here. Must kick this goal for the Rams, which he
Great kick.
does.
Well done.
So steadier there.
Well, they haven't had many inside 50 entries, Ryan, this quarter, and that's an important goal.
It feels like they've had 2 and they've had 1
Yeah,
that hit the post.
that's
and then
right.
They've scored from that one. So efficient when they get it forward, just not getting it forward enough. But it'll give them some momentum. Like they would have lost a lot of, it would help put out the energy of the Roos, because they would have been up and about from those 3 goals at the start of the quarter.
So goal there for the Rams has just pinged the margin back to 13 points here as we approach 3/4 time. Another one will be handy for them, but it's tough work out there, as you can see, with the conditions. So Ruckman sitting themselves. Ross Brooks up against the Rams captain and Not the leaper, gets it down. Cricket pitch area taken by Powell. Long kick forward. Fumbled there by Conley. Haven't seen a lot of him in the second half. Probably not his conditions. He likes the high flyer. Comes out here. Swedetsky, high kick, goes as high as it went long.
Drew.
Drew is a danger man at Hurricane. That's typified with that big dash.
That's huge.
Opportunist around on that left foot. Bags his second. And importantly, the 4th for the Nairne-Bremer Rams. So, and it's like of a, it's back 7-point ball game.
High scoring quarter. Ryan.
Yeah, it's on. Actually, once again, Nan have gone forward and scored. So that's 3 inside 50s for 3 scores.
So 2 goals within about 90 seconds as the Rams are really back in this contest. After the opening start of half of this term was dominated by Barker with 4 goals unanswered, but now successive goals to the Rams.
Powell versus Callens. Wimpress is in there. That's Field. Driving rain, hard to pick up. Stokes. I think Willis is in there as well. Not versus Brooks in the ruck. Just socket off the ground there by Callens towards centre half forward. Held up. 7 points the margin, 23 minutes gone. 5 minutes, about 5 minutes left, I reckon. 4 minutes maybe, 4 minutes left. 4 minutes left in the third term. Next goal's important. It's been the majority of the play in the Roos forward half of the ground. They've kicked 4 goals, but the last 2 goals to the Rams to hit back as we head towards three-quarter time.
So, ball up. Once again, Notch, the big man, gets it down. Brooks flicked it out there, though. Here's a chance. Comes out here towards Waterman. Good interception by the Roos, but around the corner there. Kick out wide.
Caruso
Comes back here to Callens. Clever handball gets to young Murphy.
Oh.
Heavy, strong attack on the ball there by Arnold. Coughs it up, comes back to Willis. He's going nowhere. Alex Houlihan among the tacklers there.
Entertaining game though, Brian.
Yeah, it is, absolutely. It's also good to see the cars on the outer wing with their lights on and windscreen wipers going.
Classic.
Look at them all.
Football in the hills in the winter, you can't beat it.
One headlight there.
One headlight there, yes, I suggest
That's an issue.
Get
yes.
that fixed. What's the fine for that? What do you cop if you've only got one headlight?
That's the big Brock Knott's probably taken notice of that. When he goes
Yeah, that's right.
When he goes on shift tonight, as he fists the ball forward, ball comes out. Here's Lockie May, puts his body over the ball, wrapped on a tackle by Worthley to Wiz. Turn gives it back there to the Prince of Salem. Oh, bit of push and shove off
Let
the
it go.
ball.
That's all right.
Ross Brooks, appealing for a free kick was Bennett's, but not going to happen. So back we go. So Bennett's will do the ruckwork against Knott. Ball comes down here. Murphy again, the young man Ben Murphy, lurking. Once again, pack style football has been the majority of the game. Locked in, so we're about 25 to 30 metres out.
Yeah,
A couple of
lights
minutes to
are
go on
standing out here, aren't
this
they?
term.
Great
So-
lighting system. So stoppage situation deep inside 50 here for the Roos. Another one would be very handy for them with a couple of minutes left on the clock in the third. That's gone out of bounds off Jamie Grouch. Good crowd in the house in the conditions.
Almost as many as there was for gather round, Benny.
Spot on.
More
Absolutely.
cars than there was for gather round.
Boundary throw in dangerous position. Callens, the tackler versus Arnold. Goal kickers in this term.
Oh, Arnold could be in trouble. No.
Oh no.
Umpire lets it go. We got the hats on.
How lucky are we with the facilities? Like, it's absolutely bucketing down. And
And we're out in the elements, aren't we, Ryan?
Well, we are. We're lucky that way. But there's not one skerrick
No.
mud on the oval. It's great to see.
There's a chance here close to the goal face. Desperate defence and high kick by Wimpress, but high. And when there's Hurrigan up the other end of the grounds from where he does his best work.
Centre corridor, there's a few issues, but that's
Free
it's not
kick
too
has been
bad.
paid here. Going to go away at the Rams.
Maybe a minute left. 1 minute left, so they have
So
to...
it's Trey Willis with the ball. No, it's going to go to Das Hurrigan.
Might cross to James again shortly, see how he's going there with
Das
the
has
camera.
kicked 2 goals. It gets it across here to Wimpress on the left foot, puts it high. Here's a chance. Big lead there by Arnold over the back of the pack. First to get there
Let it go. Let it go.
was Braden Willis. Here's Hurrigan
Big Das
again.
and
Big
lifting.
Das on his way to
We'll
round.
just cross to James now, see how he's going out there. Sensational. All right, that's three-quarter time. Almost.
Oh.
So conditions you'd just like to be out with, and because SNFL representative here, Ryan Nelson. Ryan, do you have to go out to present the medals for supporting tackling your feelings, man?
Oh, look, I think if it's raining like this, mate, we can always do it in the rooms, can't we? We don't have to go out in the rain, do we?
I think you better tackle your feelings about the wet here, Ryan.
No, look, that's-
So over the line, in the dying stages of this third term, and certainly Mount Barker stormed back into calculations. Here's the lead by 7 points, 4 goals to 2 this term. Ball comes down there, once again Power in there.
Great
Field.
cover work, James.
Great commitment by all footballers, put forward by Knott as the siren has gone. It's a live ball.
That might be handy,
It's a
though.
live ball.
Count it.
Or was it kicked? Well, it has been given a behind, I think. So, well, discussion here. Is it up to what's happening?
Upstairs.
I think they're going to have a chat.
We've got to wait and see. The timekeeper we might have to get the official notification. That yes, he has indicated a behind. So you're quite right. If that had been a goal, that would have been very handy. He's actually waving the flag. So
All clear it is.
1-2 is the final tally for that term for Nairne-Bremer United, and 4-2.
A few.
2-2, sorry.
Jaden J. Hill. Hey, fellas. Kangaroo are up in the A, 7-10 to Torrens Valley, 4-9. I hope you're having a good call. Good on you, Jaden. As MC Glover about
That's
to let rip.
that's a good result for Kangaroo. They got a few out. Big Hines is back at South Adelaide playing reserves, so he's been good for them this year.
MC, just remind people to make sure they turn their lights off or check their headlights. Yeah. Might, Timmy, real quick, yeah, just your thoughts here. It's for MC.
Perhaps you would play the Lights Without Georgia by Vicky Lawrence.
You just roll in, you make yourself at home and start demanding your own playlist. I like it.
MC Tim Glover in the house here. Tim, thoughts on the conditions as we head into this final term and the Roos chances?
Well, look, condition-wise, we've seen all seasons today, Benny. It cleared up a little bit. Obviously, the game started. It was pretty heavy rain. Wind was going. I think the wind's dropped off a smidge.
It's fogging up in here, isn't it?
It is, mate. It's, Pistols does work at a high rate and a high temperature, so he is fogging up the glass. But, hey, look, I think in terms of the game, it's been a cracking game of football. So it's the conditions have probably played Mount Barker into it. It's obviously been tight. It's been congested. There's been some passages where Nairne have been able to open up and move the ball forward quickly as they've become accustomed to this year. But, when we sit here and we look at the scoreline, on three-quarter time, as a patron of Mount Barker and a life member and a passionate supporter, I'll take where we are right now.
All around the grounds here, Kersbrook 5-5, leading Meadows 4-7, so a 4-point margin in favour of the Brookers, Benny.
Yeah, there you go. Side of their premiership win a few years ago against Meadows.
Now, Tim, of
looks like
course,
we got an orb on the
as we've
screen.
seen this game, there was a 1-point margin at quarter time, 6 points in favour of the Rams at half time, and now the Roos have turned it around. So, that's good quarter time.
It's exciting. And, I think it was 3 goals they blew the lead out to there for a period and then came back and kicked those 2 quick goals. So it seems to have been the case for the whole game, really. One side scores, the other one fires back pretty quickly. So sitting with a 6-point margin now, lights are on, it's obviously darkened up, the rain's still falling. I'd rather be 6 points up than 6 points down. It's down to Lackers has done what he can do, and I'm sure it's down to the guys, the 21 that we've still got on the field in the last quarter.
Fantastic. Got the work
Here we
experience
go.
boy here. Can we just get a shot of that?
Not only does
just
Big
got
Ryan tackle feelings, he tackles foggy windows too. Fantastic to see.
Sometimes you got to think on your feet, boys.
I was going to say, could get a job at OTR, but they don't do it. It's
Great work,
self-service these days, isn't it?
No, they don't.
No,
No.
it's
what
disappointing.
you do.
Something we could bring back though.
It's what the
Pistols.
coaches do on the week off. Ryan Nelson, brilliant work.
Plenty on the line here though, boys. It's
You win this and you're right in the hunt for 5.
look, it's the last game, isn't it, of round 1 or the first half of the season. So, look, hey, the boys will do what they can do.
That might be a fitting penultimate farewell to the summit.
It may well be.
So we're underway. Call of the Wild final term. We've got a ring-a-ding game here. One straight kick the difference. 5-8 Mount Barker leading Nairne-Bremer United 4-8. Just trying to see through to the mist here. That's right, Ryan. Hey, can you check the oil while you're there, Ryan?
Air in the tyres.
Good man.
Big final quarter coming up. Lights are on everywhere.
So Nairn could lose second spot if Mount Lofty get over the line today.
We've got the
What's
siren
going on
playing a
here?
few
We get the
times.
siren. We're right in the right at the coal face here, but it seems to be a problem with the three-quarter time. Mount Lofty 5-13, leading Achunga 2-4. So as I said, the Devils ready to jump into second spot. There we go. The siren's underway. 4th time. So ball comes down here. First clearance very important. There's a chance here. Jentz feeds the ball out to the run of a teammate there, and Whippets is the
Simon's
side.
gone
At the end of
again.
the quarter. Well done, Mount Barker. They've had a win.
Lobethal, three-quarter time, 5-3. Is this right? 5-3 versus Ironbank 2-3? Is that can't be.
Oh, our score was wrong that we had last time.
Oh, hang on, no, that's the reserves. It's all happening in the box, let's be honest.
I tell you what, our call, a special call to the Wild contest here. I think Barry from Bukunga said to sign a guy 5 times in the one term, so he's probably leading their competition at the moment.
No, that was the reserves. Apologies, my bad. That's all right.
So the ball bounces here. It's the rain bucketing down here, so every possession valuable here. One side desperate to hold on to that 6-point lead, and of course Nairne desperate to reel it in. So pack football would suit Mount Barker. All called along, you suggest. So umpire Dawes pitches the ball up. So Brooks and not backhands it over the back. Clearing kick away. High for the Rams. Camped under it. Was betting. Was he in French? Yes. Over the shoulder. Baxter says no. Sorry, it's actually Marshall. Yes, it was Baxter. So
yep, Sheets
big
with
Sheets.
the ball. At half-time, it was Harndorf leading 7-9 to 2-1, so it looked like they're in control there, the Magpies. As Sheets goes the ball forward. Hourigan looked like he was being held onto. Umpire didn't see it that way. Just having a bit of a chat there to Worthley. So boundary throw-in, dangerous position here for the Barkaroos defence. They've held up well this match.
How valuable is early momentum here? Like, it's just going to be, if you can get momentum early and get some work in early, you'll come out a real positive here.
So Sheets grabs the ball out of the ruck. Here's Callens. Here, cut off though. Yench. Still up for grabs, I reckon.
yeah.
Most valuable player.
Yes, you've got Jade and Jay to do the hard work, but today we've got Ryan Nelson to pick out the most valuable player on the ground. Not necessarily the best, but someone who's done a very good job.
Yeah.
Righto.
Who'll be getting the
Most
beanie.
effective. However you want,
I like the G-banger. He's been good.
He'll be getting the beanie, which is really good for this weather. I'm not sure about the Archies, the thongs, but say then for summer as the ball comes out, clearing kick, they're smothered. So it's very tough football out there, as you could expect, with important points on the line. Scrambly football. Finally fed out here. Here's a chance for Baxter. Got it clear. Comes out here. Banged forward by the Rams. Coming out there. Involved was Connolly. Couldn't hold his Callens, who
He's been
certainly
good.
must be up there.
Yeah, absolutely.
All close to the boundary line. Gathered there and taken over the line there was Riley Lucas. Sorry, Waterman. Sorry.
Boys, I reckon
Wrong-
I've fixed
wrong
the fog
team.
problem. Look at that. That window's magnificent, yeah? Thanks, mate.
So not over the back. Taken by big Roscoe Go Brooks. Hacks it forward. There's a chance here.
Yep,
Running in
Lucas.
numbers. Can they get it here? They
Here
do.
we go.
Here's a chance for the Roos through Ryan Babasi, I reckon.
Yeah, I think it was.
Into the pocket, and that's gone out of bounds, so it'll be a last touch. But at least the Roos have got the ball down their forward line. They'll be keen to lock it in there for a bit. Smith, meantime, finds Yench out of side, half-back flank.
Now's not the time to talk about that last disposal ball, but boys, I find it frustrating. So maybe it is the time to talk about it.
Worthley, Lucas, can he pick it up? Here's a chance. Oh, flick on. Umpire didn't say it was a throw. Powell kicks the ball from from the wing to half forward. Great pick up by Hourigan. Snap round the corner, almost put this one down for a point. There we go. 5 points the margin now.
That's what you say, handy point, isn't it?
Could be a vital point.
4-9 to 5-8 now. 4 minutes gone.
So Field, I think it is, to bring the ball back into play. Goes out wide, eastern flank area. Big leap over there by Callens over the back of the pack. He got it onto a teammate here. I think it's Worthley, the whiz. Goes over Field. Swimming on the ball there is Waterman. Shows a bit of pace and coughs up the ball. Goes
Pressing
back,
the Rams. Good
slippery
tackle
ball.
though by Stokes.
Good work by Billy Sturks, the skipper. So
Co-captain with Daniel Bennett.
So just slowing the ball down.
Oh, yep. Stokes pops over pass. Was looking for Brooks. Powell to Waterman. Hacks the ball inside 50. Dangerous position here. Rams drew this way, that way. Looking for some support. Has he got any? Well, he has here for Sheets on a good side for him. Snaps the ball inside 50. Slapped through though. Minor score by Ryan Babasi, and they're edging closer, the Rams. They go to 4-10, I reckon, to 5-8.
4-10, yes. So 4-point ball game. 4-10-34 plays 5-8-38. Ring-a-ding-ding here on Call to Wild Filming Footy. Trust you enjoying our coverage of, it's a wet Adelaide Hills football round 9 clash. So ball brought back into play. Out wide, off hands. Chance there for Marshall Howe on his 50th. Bouncing ball. Comes back there, stolen there by Lucas. Goes to ground. Oh, trying to work his way through there with Stokes. Ball comes back here to the man who started this chain of play, Marshall Howe, in his 50th. So once again, Meadows, update score. Meadows have hit the front 38-35 in the Country Division game out at Brooker Park.
7 minutes gone here. 4-10 to 5-8. Mount Barker leading. Oh, kick towards the half-forward line. Here's a chance for Willis.
What are you talking about, Willis?
Kicks. It's a good line, that one. Well used. He'll kick the ball to a dangerous position here for the Rams. Into the pocket.
Oh!
High flyer. Is that Connolly?
It was indeed.
Boundary throw in. So they're edging closer here, the Rams. Now about 30 metres out from goal. And the police.
Trouble.
There's the bloke next to him. The bloke's turned his headlights off, you know. So.
There we go. Right. Made it happen. He's been watching.
No defective headlight.
They've been watching down the station.
The Brock Knott cheer squad have arrived. As the ball comes out here, clearly kicked by the Roos forward. Referee gets a chance for Hines. And Smith doing opposition there. Good work by Knott as he comes in to help out. Ball flicked out here. Finally, Lockie May. High clearing kick in front of Light Tower. Callens slips through his hand, still keeps control. He's a champion, this man. Goes to ground and in the end, though, holding the ball on this occasion.
A few years ago, when we were on the radio, we asked people to flick their headlights if they were watching.
If they were listening.
Yeah. So Callens from the half-back line kicks the ball out towards the outer side wing, and it'll be last touch. A few lights are being turned off now, which is good.
So Brock Knott just going over to Suburbia to retrieve the ball. So the big Nan skipper goes long as his side trailing by 4 points. 8 minutes into the final term. Callens brings it back. Charging on the ball is Lockie May on that reliable left. Puts it back from whence it came, off hands.
Oh, nice work.
Nice work there. I think Llewellyn, the youngster, puts it high. Players spilling
Arnold's
the ball.
lurking.
Just going to appreciate the wet conditions. Hourigan grabbing the ball, wrapped up at a bare hug at ground level. As umpire Matthew will come in. So entertaining game of football right to the end here at the Summit. Trust you're enjoying our coverage on Call to Walter filming footy.
Yep, Wimpress directing traffic near the stoppage. Howard wrapped up. 4-10 to 5-8. Mount Barker holding on here. Last couple of goals there for the Rams before three-quarter time were crucial. Now they've got the margin to 4 points. Goal kickers in that third term. Callens, Hines, Aitchison and Murphy. And Arnold and Hourigan for the Rams. So dangerous position here. All the players in the forward half of the ground for the Rams. Betting grabs the ball out of the ruck. Has a shot. Bursting through was Billy Stokes. Umpire's letting it go. Powell just pushing it forward, rugby style. So now it's at least directly in front for the Rams. So let's see if we can get some action here around the Rams forward line.
You see manning up's important around the contest. Big fly there. Sheets gets it down. Trying to hack his way through was Wimpress. He does it.
There we go.
And he has. Great individual effort there by Dylan Wimpress.
Oh, he's hit the post.
Oh, he's hit the post.
Oh.
They're all getting excited, and Nairne supporters, but it's edged them 1 point closer, 4-11 to 5-8. So ball out here. Here's a chance for the Skudetsky. Skudetsky with the ball.
They're peppering.
High. Big leap there off hands, trying to gosh his way through there.
Nick Yench is lurking.
Was Howe. Is the Prince of Salem. Yench will lead in the race for the ball. The Academy girl right on the spot in Lucy Carroll. Signals ball over the line, so we'll have a ball in. 10.5 minutes gone. 3 point margin in favour of the Roos.
Important game for both sides. Roos just outside the 5. Rams looking to strengthen their top 3 chances. Here's Yench looking for a free kick. Don't want to give away anything silly in this situation. Umpire's doing a good job letting it go. Stokes around the contest. So's Llewellyn. Might have caught one high there. Held up. Marshall Howe in his 50th.
So, ball up. Ball comes down. Trying to burst his way through his Howe again. Oh, it's like the rodeo there. The old locked up was Arnold. He'll be back though, Arnold. So, once again, the throw up. Not
Just tries to
Baxter
smash it forward.
over the back. Skadetsky. Field, I think, getting involved there as well. So tough. Stacks on the mill stuff here, and why not? 3-point ball game. And important points here as we end the first round of home and away matches here in the Hills. Set up the run home for the finals. There's a chance for Nairne. Once again, dispossessed. Ball fed out here. Murphy of the Lachlan variety. The son of a gun.
Nairne do just look a little bit lively at stoppage. There's a couple of people there just sweeping through the footy, pushing
Wimpress.
it forward.
Here he is.
Can he do this time? Wimpress. Is he more success? No, high, went higher than it went longer. Ball comes down. Scrambly play again.
Just a toe poke.
Last line of defence here by the Roos, just holding on, as you said, Benny.
Plenty of time, halfway through the final term. Roos defence holding up at the moment. Brick wall.
A lost seagull.
All right, here we are. About 15 metres out from the Rams' goal. Hourigan trying to shovel it forward. Players on hands and knees. Every player basically in the forward half of the, or forward 50 of the Rams. They just need to flick the ball out here. Sheets. He's set upon by about 4 Rams. Here's the ball. Swiderski, is it?
I think it was the squid.
And he puts the Rams in front.
Into the last quarter, Kangaroo 7-12, Torrens Valley Lions 5-10. As we watch the replay here,
yeah, just that ball popped out. I reckon it might have been
Llewellyn. Yeah, in the
front.
white boots.
Wow.
Llewellyn.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
I think it was Llewellyn. Yep.
I was doing my job.
Notice number 8 was closer towards the contest, so it must have been Llewellyn. Similar sort of look there.
Yep.
3 points the margin now, the Rams' way.
So he's our hero at the moment. Might be Skradetsky. So, 3-point margin now, as we said, 5-11, 5-8. 13 and a half minutes gone. Man, coaching staff down here, Coach Dale Eichner and Clint Foster, Peanut, shouting orders here. Tony Filkey, the runner, about to be dispatched as conditions pretty good now. Rain has abated for a while. So
He's played pretty well, Llewellyn.
Has, actually. So, ruck duel, not again. Ross Brooks, taken there by Murphy. Lockie variety, high kick. Going forward, Camp done it. Oh, spilling the mark there. Was Waterman.
How many goals have we had towards that end of the ground? 3, isn't it? Something like that. Is that right, officials? 4. 4.
So, Lockie May with a long kick. There's a chance for the idle man, Drew. Will it sit for him? Yes, it will.
Getting a bit of support here from Arnold.
Gets away from his. Arnold comes in to support him. Grouch in there. Also Howard. So line ball decision, says umpire. So he will come in and board up. So approaching the 15-minute mark now.
Peanut Foster just there at ground level. Pistols and Ryan just barking instructions.
Yeah.
Swiderski having a bit of a break along with Wimpress.
So in the nature of a close scoring game, momentum back with the Roos with that 3-point margin. Sorry, the Rams.
Yep, half forward line. Callens, he's been great. Ball extracted though. Smothered. Shoveling in there looked like Murphy.
So what is it now? Probably 8 minutes to
Games
go.
like this,
3
Ryan
points.
Nelson, the inches become like yards to gain, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. And what are we now? Well, 3-point margin with probably about 8 minutes to go. It's still too early to close it down, isn't it? You've still got to keep trying to attack.
So stoppage situation, not just, once again, fist the ball. This time towards Powell. Callens. Mad scrap. tight on the boundary line. 16 minutes gone. Rams in front 5-11 to 5-8. They've kicked the last 3 goals for the match. Umpires look like they're having a good time out there.
Cracking a few laughs. So ball comes out here. Here's a chance. Oh, Waterman going through. Was met hard. Ball down at ground level.
Umpires let it go.
Cramp settling in there for a few players and whatnot. They've all given their all they've got this afternoon. So once again a ruck duel. Fisted forward by Knott. He's been pretty good. Gets it out here. Arnold. Close to the line, so could that be last
Might
touch?
have to be a team effort here to work out who wins most effective or whatnot. Got a fair...
So he might take the vote around
We'll
the
take a
box
vote
here.
around the box then.
What about James? What's he think? Is he still alive? So, throw in. Ball comes down in front there. Callens. Was he held? No, says the umpire. Trying to crash his way through is Billy Sturks. Ball held in there. Powell and Taylor over the top of him. So
Meadows in
pulling
front.
away there. 45 to 36. So it looks like the Bulldogs have survived a big challenge by the Brookers, who still only have the 1 win on the board and probably still remaining bottom. Thank you. As the ball flicked out here, is Callens close to the boundary line, out over the boundary line. So Lucy Carroll, the Boundary Academy boy, girl throw. Kangarilla, 8-12 leading Torrens Valley. Maybe the trains run off the rails, 5-10. We need Harry Simmons to get amongst the goals here, right?
It was fantastic.
Big
last
Harry.
week. Big
18-minute mark. The Roos clear the ball.
Meanwhile, a whistle has gone here. Looks like it might be a free kick, is it?
No,
It's just brought in the Academy girl.
Yep.
Young Lucy's brought it in a bit.
Boundary throw in 60 metres out from the Rams goal. One out there for the Rams by Taylor.
Yeah, did the ruck work.
Did the ruck work. Big Brock Knott carried the ruck all day here for the Rams against Baxter and Brooks. So here they go again. Brooks versus Knott. Knott tried to fist it again. Ball hits the deck. Here's a chance for Yench. Throws the ball on the boot towards the forward line. Hurrigan. Rams. Hurrigan. Oh, almost got it. Is that holding on? Is that a high tackle? It's a high tackle. The second one.
Oh. Am I at the SNFLW Grand Final again?
Oh.
We got the free kick. Let's have a look.
A little bit.
So Drew. Just keep your eye on Drew here. Ball comes out. Goes to ground. Oh, a bit hard to see.
Let me know if you
anyway.
need to do some work with the squidgy, boys. I reckon that's some of my best stuff today.
So Jamie Drew, as I said, 25 for the season, has not kicked the goal this afternoon in these conditions, but I tell you what, if he kicks this one,
Might be the sealer.
could be the sealer. It'll stretch it to 9 points, and in these conditions, 18 minutes gone. So Jamie Drew, first year with the Rams. Right behind him.
Goal. Is it?
It has
Favourite
drifted
to the
across, so
left.
still chance here.
It's a bit of Josh Kennedy in that lead, in that kicking action, wasn't there? A bit of...
So Field, once again, retrieving the ball. Speaking of Kennedys, from the Kennedy Knoll. So they'll need to move the ball quickly down the other end. Could it be a last gasp goal which pinches the game? Ball comes down in, Knott brings it down the ground. So Yench goes in after it. So now time is the enemy, you'd suggest, of Mount Barker, because the ball has been counted the majority of this term at the Nairne end of the ground, the Mount Barker Golf Course end. Here's a chance here right on the boundary for Powell. Can he send it the ball, which he does, but no, hasn't come back enough. Out of bounds on the full, so still another chance. So time off, I'd suggest there, as the ball was retrieved.
Players on the Nairne bench here are almost frozen to death. You can see them running around trying to keep warm in case they're needed.
So Howard with the ball, kicking in, tight in the pocket.
Because the Rams ball on tonight, so there'll be...
So Howard kicks the ball outside of defensive 50, taken by Callens. Callens will go immediately inboard. They're still on here, Mount Barker need to go end to end though. Wimpress cuts the ball off. Ball shovelled out. Here's Powell. Sliding in, looks like Billy Stokes, I think it was. Hard to pick up a few players in the middle of the ground. So 21 minutes gone. I'm guessing 4 minutes, maybe 3 minutes left now.
Not wants it out of the ruck. Wimpress clears the ball. One more will do it for the Rams, you feel. It's in the dangerous position. Sheets Bedding's lurking. Howard forces it towards from minor score, and the Rams go to 5 goals 13 now. Mount Barker 5-8. So here's a chance for Murphy. Ball slapped out. Yeah, it's right. It could be a draw, couldn't it? Is how many we? Yeah, goal to difference at the moment. No, it's not. 5 points the margin. So, Roos need to go end to end. 22 minutes gone. Couple of minutes left. One final shot on the outer side wing. Good work there by Field. Got it to Jamie Grouch. Hold on to the Archies and the Beanie just for the time being. There might be a final twist here. Smack bang in the middle of Summit Oval. Probably 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. 5 points the margin. Third man up there was Stokes. Umpire's called a free kick to the Roos. So a minute and a half left. Roos got to go straight down the middle here. Long kick. May takes an important mark at centre half back. Probably a minute left. 1 minute left on the clock. They lead by 5 points. May out towards Smith. Smith got to get it. Low pass, good precision pass, finds Arnold. So Damon Arnold, as the clock ticks under a minute, in 5 points the margin, out towards the wing. Push out, free kick. Here's another chance for the Roos to go forward through Howard. Minute 20 left on the clock. The Roos are still in this.
So Howard with the ball. It's surely been down almost the last roll of the dice. Puts it forward inside 50. They need a mark here. Over the back. Ball comes through. Lay is murking like he may. Good attack on the
Great
ball.
work,
Tries to feed the ball out. Crushing through there. I think it was Houlihan. Was it last touch? No. Boundary umpire Lucy Carroll will throw it in. So, chance here for heroics. Last gasp heroics, as I mentioned. We'll see if it unfolds here at the Summit. Good game of footy here. Div 1 footy from the Adelaide Hills. So, boundary throw in. Hines brings it down against Knott. Sweeping on Arnold. Feeds it out.
Big ball.
Powell.
Big
Experience says he nurses up. Here's Harry going to take the mark.
Huge.
And Big Das is at 50. No, but just think now. He feeds the ball out. So all I have to do now is possession football as he gets it out here to McDougall.
That should be it.
So McDougall with the ball. So
17 seconds left.
So
big win for the Rams in tough conditions, Pistols.
yeah, absolutely showed character, but well done to Mount Barker. They've certainly showed plenty. As the countdown's on here. The Nairne crowd still shouting, but there it is.
Great win for the
So you can
Rams.
see the jubilation from the Nairne Rams. They know they will challenge here this afternoon, but have stood up and won 5-13 to 5-8.
Last, how many last goals? 3 goals, the last 3 goals. Oh, yeah.
So we have a 5-point ball game here. They're probably just checking to see if that's the official siren is blown and not the early one. But so it appears a 5-point margin here in the end to the Rams, and what's been a very good game of football here to mark, supporting tackle your feelings around. And, well, a spirited effort by the Roos. I suppose you don't get any cigar, but as their president said, they're building for the future, and certainly plenty of positives to take out without the 2 points here this afternoon.
5. 9-6. What'd you have in the first quarter?
3, 4, 5.
What have we got?
Didn't you have 3 goals in it?
No, 2.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, I
five
missed-
then.
5 goal 13 to 5 goal 8. Let's see what the umpires say. Wait, let's see what they say.
So anyway, what I short, we can assure you Nairne have won, although the official margin is perhaps a little bit of doubt here.
39.
We will. Yep.
What time we start there?
I didn't know, but we'll make it 14.
So good game of footy here. Of course, there'll be a couple of presentations of medals for the supporting tackle. Your feelings around with the final result here. So 5-point margin, yes, it's been verified. Nairne, the last goal through Llewellyn, the only goal kicked to that quarter was enough to get him over the line. So 5-13, Nairne-Bremer have defeated Mount Barker 5-8. So 5-point ball game in what's been a very good game of footy. We're just waiting for post-match. Mount Lofty, I can report, Mount Lofty have won 6-15 to 2-6. So the Devils cementing their top 3 position, and we'll just see if we can get you a few other scores before we go off air this afternoon. What's been a very wet Adelaide Hills day, but trust you've enjoyed the footy as both teams coming together there. As we can just see the presentations. Ryan Nelson, who joined us, just making the presentation there on behalf of the SANFL. And then, of course, we'll have our own regular little presentation coming up with Benny Goldfinch, who has been dispatched. But if we just look at the goal kickers for the day, Darcy Hurrigan with 2, Yench, Arnold Llewellyn. And for Mount Barker, we had Lucas, Callens, Hines, Aitchison and Ben Murphy getting amongst the goals there. So 5 goals apiece to both sides, but 13 points to 8 in the end got the Rams over the line. As we can see, both sides lined up there. Ryan Nelson just promoting what it's all about, the SANFL, and I think you can see Ross Brooks is the recipient of the medal on behalf of Mount Barker. I don't know how it's selected, whether it's selected by the opposing officials here. So big Ross Brooks, and you see Ryan Nelson for Nairne-Bremer. It's gone to the young man who probably clinched the win in Zach Llewellyn there, and just his 9th game A-grade football, getting the plaudits there for being one of the top performers here this afternoon. So Ryan Nelson there just addressing on behalf of the SANFL, or the supporting tackle your feelings round. So as we said, we'll just wait and see if we can get hold of our most valuable player award winner. Benny Goldfinch, you can see lurking there.
Yeah, no dramas. Pistols. All right, as you can see, beautiful conditions here as we finish off the big man Brock Knott. We've given most effective player on the ground. So, Brock, you get a pair of Archies. We'll have to get you a size 15, but there you go, beautifully done. And, of course, the Dartfish beanie.
Thank you.
Big win for the guys.
Yeah, it was a massive win. I was getting a little bit nervous there in the last quarter, but the boys toughed it out in pretty rough conditions and got it done. So, yeah, pretty happy with the boys, and it was a good fight back. So.
Heading towards three-quarter time, I think you were 4 goals down. How important were those goals just before three-quarter time and then the grind out in the fourth?
Yeah, well, we put it on us as a midfield group that in the last kind of 10 minutes of that quarter and the third that we needed to do something. We were a bit flat, so just grind it out and get it forward, let the big boys do their thing. That's what we've got the big three up there for, and they played excellent, so hats off to them.
How are you finding it? Are you second year now?
Second year,
do you reckon
yeah.
there at the Rams and you're right up there?
Yeah, I love it. It's great family club, and I couldn't have picked a better club to come to. So
And just finally, next week, Hahndorf, big game, top of the table clash.
yeah, I can't wait. They got some big boys, so we'll have to bring our best, but I'm looking forward to the challenge.
Good man.
Yeah,
Enjoy.
Thanks, guys.
See ya.
Cheers.
Thanks very much there to Benny Goldfinch, and as I said, Brock Knott, fitting winner of our most valuable player, and what was a exciting win for his team, 5-point margin. The end at 5-13, Nairne-Bremer United defeating Mount Barker 5-8. As I said, the only other score we've got that's come through, Mount Lofty 6-15 have defeated Achunga 2-6. And hopefully before we go off here, we might get a couple more in here. But anyway. All right, so a good game of footy here this afternoon, and well, we might just get the voice. We do always. It's fitting that we finish off having a quick chat to the voice here of the summit, because Timmy Glover, and also probably say good day to your son at the same time.
I can. I've actually just had a message from him and Wynn, disappointed with the result, but apparently Paul's taken over in the hostel they're in, so they've moved on pretty quickly.
They enjoyed the call over there in England.
They did enjoy the call. They did suggest that they were okay with the fact that we weren't playing, given the conditions they could see on the live stream. So certainly came through.
But as we spoke, and boys, if they're listening, we spoke, as you know, to Matt Shields, president of halftime. He said that it's work in motion, in progress here, and certainly didn't get the points, but plenty of positives for the Mount Barker Football Club, the young side here today.
Absolutely, and I think and we all know what's happened in terms of an interrupted pre-season, some fairly dramatic changes with the coach, and Lacker's coming in, I guess, at last minute. Not a lot of activity in terms of new recruits arriving at the club. So I think positive is we come into the end of the first half of the season. I've got to say, Nairn, obviously, Hahndorf for still the benchmark or the measuring stick, but Nairn are certainly up and about and been playing some good football. But to come away, it always hurts to have a loss. First loss at the summer for the year, our first loss. Second loss home game. We obviously went down to the Magpies on Anzac Day back at Howard Lane, Hanson Oval. But our first loss at the summer. But I think there's a lot of positives. That gets thrown around a lot as a cliche in ball, but there's a lot of positives. You look at young Lockie Murphy out there again today. He was a really strong contributor. Ben Murphy. There's a lot of depth. Ethan Pennington. Those guys are still all eligible to play under 18 football. So, the future looks bright. Couple that have played A-grade this year in London. Still some guys out with injuries. So, the depth has probably been a lot deeper than we thought it was.
To see Big Hines back. Well on fire, but he just gives that big target there, doesn't he?
Absolutely.
For the run, obviously.
Yeah, look, and that's one of the things that we've probably lost or missed, is a bit of height and a bit of size. It is good to have him back, and he'll play in a little bit of form. A tough game to come back in the conditions they were today, cold, windy, wet, coming into like that. But look, it hurts, but it's positive.
All right. All right, lovely to see you once again, and keep up the good work. The voice of the summit.
Always lovely
Best
to
for
have
the
you
rest of the season.
boys.
We may well be back here later on, or maybe Lane wait and see.
We'll have you back at any time. You're always welcome, you know that.
Thank you very much.
And I have got to mention today that I know you've just done the best on ground, Benny.
Most valuable player.
Most valuable player, sorry. But I think the most valuable player is on my left here.
Yes.
Cameraman, there he is.
Yes, a smile, there he is.
This man brought you the live stream today, and he did brave every weather condition possible. Look at him, he's ripping it. So, most valuable player. Actually, I'm going to give him best on ground today. Absolute best on ground by a country mile. Well done, young man.
That James, that's just commitment above the cause, you know. So we appreciate the fact. Hope you're above this week and on the bed for all week.
When you moan.
Yeah.
No, it's great to have you boys here, and you're welcome at the Mount Barker Footy Club, and keep doing what you do because you do a bloody good job at it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. High praise indeed. Thank you to you, Benny, up there at the back of the box. Benny, thank you very much for your good work, and as we said to James, fantastic work what you did today, mate. Brilliant work. And to just a camera there, because everyone likes to see if you can just do a bit of filming there. Everyone, there he is. A selfie for the Salish, our producer. There he is, the man who puts it all together. Thank you very much. So. And Ryan was there. So we've got to thank all our sponsors, of course, Filming Footy, Sports Interactive and Dartfish, and of course the HFL sponsors, Police Credit Union, Closey Supermarkets, West End Sports House, Sharon the Courier, Rosdale Homes Sports Centre, and thank you, and Think Road Safety, because they're club sponsors who are very important. If we get them up, that's nice. Especially they're Mount Barker Club, thanks, celebrations. McDonald's, Mount Barker Hanson, Mount Barker Crane, Terry White, Kmart, and of course Adelaide Hills Real Estate and Fernando Brands, and don't forget they've got their ball tonight, so that'll be going off. Closey Supermarket, Grade Roads Brewery, Cube Logistics, and Salute, and also I think Howard Lane Vineyard also have a little to do. So thank you very much to all those sponsors indeed. So, without further ado, it's been a bit of a difficult day, so we apologise once again for a bit of a slow start. Had a bit of a technical issue. Once we got sorted, we're able to get on and once again bring some very good Adelaide Hills football. So next week, boys, we're off to a big game. We've seen the Rams today. We're going to be a most anticipated game so far. First versus second as we studio up to Nairne. Nairne-Bremer will host each round, also for Nairne-Bremer Football Club. So there'll be a occasion hopefully with that. That's certainly something we'll do next on the Border Wild. So, Jeff Story, I'll be happy to say thank you. Next time we do talk, Nation Goals. Bye for now.